I know how it goes. You know, you got family issues, you got
Dang.
whatever issues.
All right. So we live,
We ain't
guys,
used to
on the
it.
Psy TAi Podcast with King Guys. Video chatting
Yo,
it up,
yo,
living it
yo.
up, doing what we do best. So just
That's
Ty,
right.
combine your mind with your heart. See what your gut's saying. Connect all those circles and let whatever come out just come on out, guys. 71 episodes. Plenty more to come.
Dude, man, I'm so glad to have you live, G.
Dang, so
Been
glad to have
missing
you
you, man.
here.
Been missing you. Man, where my nigga live at, man? The nigga won't even go live on Facebook. Shit.
Now, I was thinking about
Yeah,
that. I was thinking about that. I just be,
I only go live on the family channel, like the True Family or the Psychedelic one I got. Them the only places I can go live if it ain't YouTube. I got too many people in my city that are just haters, bro.
now I'll be thinking about, do people
Yeah.
actually click the videos I be posting on my page, or do they actually see them? But then when I post the story, you can see everybody that be on your page because they click and try to look at the story. I'm like, oh, so I know y'all be
Man,
watching.
niggas that ain't never liked none of your posts, ain't never shared none of your shit, but they watch your story.
Yeah.
I posted one. I posted one. I had almost 100 people view it, and I only seen about two, three of them ever on my page ever in my life. Like, oh, y'all niggas is nosy for real. You just nosy.
Hey, what's going on, Piano Key? I
But yeah,
got on the thing connected to the chat.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, man, we missed you. We appreciate you. It's good to have just time back. Say it one more time. I appreciate you, big dog.
Yo, bro. Yo, I've been all the dots been just I've just been flowing with the dots. I've got the computer parts ordered. I got the computer parts ordered.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I've been placing the orders in slowly, like over. I was trying to do a month, but I couldn't wait, so it was like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But I got the
Yes,
processor,
sir.
I got the GPU. Like, look how big this process. Well, look at this cooling unit. I've been
Uh-oh.
freaking diving back into my bag of tech and stuff like that.
Uh-oh. That bitch got
Yo,
a
he said,
beast right there.
Piano Key said he connected all the dots.
Oh shit. We're gonna have to hear about it.
I know.
Um, look at that
There we
bitch.
go, right here. Just the cooler. Let me see how it look on
That
here.
bitch a brick.
Yeah, it is. I expected it to be that big, but I gotta put this on top of the CPU. Bang. Then it keeps it cool.
Mhm.
I got eight
Oh, you in
cores.
the game?
Yeah, I got Ryzen 7. It's pretty cool.
There we go.
And this is
And
part of the
look,
brain
slow.
right here, the CPU. It's so
Okay,
wild. It's
got
just like
you,
a
got
little
you.
chip.
Look,
Change the world.
you creating a whole entity.
Yeah, bro, that's how I feel. And that's why I was saying
Yeah.
all the dots is connecting. Cause I've been saying how I wanted to do the animation, like I wanted to like really get into the computer, and then when I was looking up AI and stuff like that, I was like, yo, I want to take part in this. Like my brain want to take part in this. So then all the parts, the Trump
Absolutely.
check came, and I was like, yo, most of this Trump check going towards a computer.
Straight up. Straight up. But see, that's the thing. Slow progress better than no progress. You took your time with it and it's coming.
Yeah.
We A lot of the times we say we want something and then we expect it like that. And then if it does happen like that, it's not what the fuck we wanted. Take your time with it. Get it when you can. Handle your business slow, nigga. Look at just hard. Brother had a whole goal and it's coming true. He didn't just jump into it.
Mm-hmm. Here goes the RAM right here, and the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi 6 antenna. Like it's an actual TV kind of antenna with bunny ears and everything, just for the Wi-Fi.
You on top of your shit.
So we're gonna be streaming video and doing all of that real fluently. And Piano
Man,
King,
I've been
I
that's
think he on
what's
his
up.
son. He said if you read listen to God's Man and War books 1 and 2 on audio, you can too. He said everything we talked about is in those books an app, it makes sense. AI, we are AI. Our brains are quantum computers, and we're just making even better quantum computers. The singularity happening is AI. Yo, piano key. That's what we on. I was saying that. Um, I wrote this on the Discord. I was just in thought space or whatever it is that we go, just chilling, and I was coming to the conclusion. Not a story, not conclusion, but a story was playing in my head how we are AI in this reality right now, in the way where um where wait, it was a pro. Let's trace back. It was an AI paper I was watching. This team that's trying to get their PhD papers, they had a computer program going at it, like CPUs in a computer, like when you put computer play versus computer, and it was the seekers
Mm-hmm.
versus the hiders. The hiders and the person had to seek them, hide and seek. And it was at first they just put an algorithm into the AI. So because algorithms can change, but the equation really can't. That was something else I was really looking at. The algorithm. So they ran the algorithm through the simulation a million times until it started figuring out the rules. Like the hiders had to not get caught. That was the point of the game. So they had to eventually
Right.
find out how to move these two blocks to stop the entrance in enough time so that the seeker couldn't find them. But then after running it
Gotcha.
2 million more times, they said, they showed that after 2 million more run throughs the simulation, the the AI started doing things that the programmers didn't predict. They started coming up
Yes,
with new
sir.
ways to block the hider, and then the hider started coming up with new ways. The seeker started coming up with new ways to get the hider. It glitched the game literally. It found out first. It found out how to use the
Yeah.
ramp to push up against the wall and then run up the ramp in order to get them. And then the other bullshit
Uh-huh.
way, it figured out if it ran with enough speed against the wall with the ramp, it was able to push out of the box that it was in and like wrap around
Uh,
like this and jump around and land behind them. Then you see him turn around like, where did you just come from? And then the game was
there
over.
we go.
So it was literally
Straight
learning.
up.
And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, that's
Yeah. And
us
that's
with
what we're
deja
doing.
vu. Like
Mm-hmm.
deja vu, like that's probably us getting a sense of, oh man, I was in this simulation when we was running through turn 4600,000, and now we on run
Right.
50 trillion.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
now this
Straight
is
up.
what happens when this program runs through it 50 trillion times. It comes up with these ideas, has this inspiration. Look, it's even starting to build another program and another program, like another life
Oh,
replication
man.
inside of something else. It's trippy.
That's what we do, though. We do that now. Right now, we always figuring out a different way to handle problems, handle people, handle environment or weather. We're always finding new ways to adapt to the next moment. That's us still, right now. We just did it trying to figure this out. Did we not? We found a new way to handle this Facebook live shit
Oh,
to
true.
YouTube. We just had to figure that out.
And now it's working.
There we go. There we go. If everything is an illusion, which it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everything. Well, then we have to figure out a way through this little bullshit we call an illusion. It just like the AI. We are the AI. We got to figure out how many times we done did this shit. How many times it done fucked up and blew up in our face. Okay, we need a different way to do this shit here, and we figure it out. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we do.
And now we at the point where we're trying to figure out all this stuff going on now. Them try the old people
Right.
say this wasn't happening back in my day. It wasn't.
Or your ass didn't see it,
Yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
notice it.
They wasn't on that level. Just
Mm-hmm.
participating on it
Mm-hmm.
with on another role.
Straight up.
And Piano
So that.
Key, he said that book God's Man was by Tom DeLonge. That's that guy that was on
Mm-hmm.
that had the band, and he was on Joe Rogan talking about aliens. You hear him?
Uh-uh.
he was part of a band, and then he got whipped for some alien stuff, and he was just doing a whole lot of research, and then he just went full fledged into it. And he said he got people he talked to in the CIA, and he got a lot of undercover people, and they working with technology. And he talked about red shifts, like how they able to move through space and stuff like that. And he said he's seen a lot.
Ooh, light is light. We are light beings. We're condensed, right? Obviously, whatever. But light can get through that space-time fold. You feel me? That's that kundalini. That's that astral projection shit. That's that ascending, not descending, getting to the crown chakra. That light can fold or unfold that space-time little. They call it the space-time continuum. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if anything, if you're gonna use any type of technology, it's gonna have to be based on energy. It's got to be based on energy. We are the technology. You know what I'm talking about? So if you want to figure out how to do something outwardly, you got to figure out how to do it and work with it inwardly.
And that's what we are doing right now, right?
Exactly.
We're like the inner of something.
We're the inward, outward, inward. Because when you get to the outward, you're like, oh, that's just me again. Looking back at me. Now, when you get back to me, you're looking back out like that's me too. So you're just back and forth, self. I'm gonna bounce off of myself called Just Ty, and Just Ty's gonna bounce off of himself named King Oz. We're calling each other different names. We see each other in a different light, if you will. Oh, there you go.
True.
Pun intended.
The light is in a certain space, illuminating certain ideas and experiences.
There you go. Yes, sir. And we like to call everything what somebody else called it. Like I call this a phone because niggas call this a phone, and it's always been called a phone. It only exists as a phone, but it does so much more than the word phone. You see what I mean? So I call you Just Ty, and people associate Just Ty with a human being, but don't understand the depth of Just Ty. He's more than just Ty.
I didn't name myself Ty till after some trips. I said, man, it's something. I'm something else. And in order for that artistry or that poetry to seem like it's here a little bit, or me to get a taste of it, I'm gonna name myself after this big etheric alien thing that I came in touch with. That was me.
We are the ancestors.
Include Piano Kid. He said, wait, let me go back up. I missed a couple things. You said, there's no such thing as junk DNA. No way. If it's there, it's there. I hate when they used to say that in old science documentaries, like 90-something% of our DNA is junk DNA, or is not activated or being used for anything.
That comes from people with junk-ass brains and junk-ass head, junk-ass families, junk-ass houses. That's who that come from.
Yeah,
that's who that comes from. Who the fuck says that? You got a junk arm, nigga. Your arm is junk. Get rid of it. Don't even worry about it.
I was like, yo, tapping into it and seeing what that junk, so-called junk DNA is being used for. Because you see, they find out what the other DNA is being used for. They just was like, man, we don't know what that is. That's some junk. It ain't physical. They ain't acting on none of these 6 senses. But what about the other senses? What about anything else?
Right, bro. Come on, man. How you got junk DNA? Like, what? I need you to explain junk DNA. Whoever said that? It's the stuff we don't know about. So call it the unknown DNA, the unknown area,
the mysterious.
What you call it? Just don't leave people to be so ignorant, because there's another motherfucker out here saying, "Yeah, we got junk DNA."
Or at least let's call it dark. Let's call it dark DNA, like they say, dark matter.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck you.
Make it mysterious, so somebody can want to go into the mystery and see what it is. Like, you don't want to go to the junkyard. Only the crazy people go to the junkyard, like us, to try to put stuff together. Like, I think I can make something up out of all this so-called junk.
Straight up, straight up. That's a good point, though.
Mm-hmm.
Even with junk, it ain't junk.
Nope.
You look at anybody who go dumpster diving, they'll take your junk and turn that shit into treasure in a heartbeat.
Yo, this light right here that's illuminating me right here. I got this. It was
Uh-huh.
next to a dumpster. It had a free sign next to it, but I had this for like the good 6, 7 months. It's a good spotlight.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
If I didn't have it, then we wouldn't have this. It would be like this. Like, yo, I gotta make this work. Dang. Cause my ceiling light is
Straight
on.
up. Yeah. Straight up. So it's just you gotta watch for that. That's a good point because I was watching Ashley's live stream earlier, and old boy was on there. He was saying it's a lot of shit, and that's what I said. I said he had some good points, but a lot of false shit. But his energy was carrying the chat room. You feel what I'm saying?
I was popped in
And
there
that's
for
what
like
it's
2
about.
minutes. The guy with the dreads and the headband.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. He had good points, and the only reason they was good points is because they were valid, factual things he was talking about.
He was
And he
happy to
was
be on
taking it
camera.
somewhere else. Huh?
He was happy to be on camera.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's the pretty much the nutshell. He was like, oh shit, let me go hard real quick.
Yeah. It's all
I was
love.
like, all right. Exactly. It's all love, my nigga.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Yozo?
But that energy, the power of energy, whatever emotion, whatever mindset you're in, that's very powerful. That's why I wanted to tap on him being in there, because he brought an energy to the room, and it was addicting to a lot of people.
Yep, it was, because I was going through my head. I was like, yo, that's how I'm going to start the show. I'm going to start with all this unnecessary energy just to be funny. But nobody going to know I'm really being funny. They going to think I'm serious.
How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? Cool. We good now. All right, let's go. What the fuck? Energy. What's up, Ozo? I don't know if you hear me, but what's happening?
Yo, another point that Piano Key brought up. He said, we're going to go down your list, Piano Key. You outlined this conversation. It said aliens is just us.
Sir.
Yep. Yeah, we was talking about that. The aliens is us. Everybody got this huge fear of the oncoming apocalypse, or the aliens going to come and they not going to like certain people and like this. And I ain't like, yo, that's self-guilt. You don't like yourself. I'm sorry.
And associate it with what they see in movies.
Mm-hmm. Like, Independence Day.
Of course you're going to have a perspective on aliens, and it's all going to be like everybody else's because you're going from movies and cartoons and shit. So I say, alien. Who the fuck made aliens? Us. We made them up, nigga. We did.
Mm-hmm.
We said aliens exist, but we had to bring a word first. We had to create a word for the concept, for the understanding. So we created aliens. You see what I'm talking about? The ancients, they explained what the fuck they seen, but they didn't say aliens. They might have said neckers, or they might have said God. Man was around before God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I'm looking up.
We created God. This is a fact. We created the word God. Comes from gold, A-U-D, which comes from pronunciating goat. This is where you get the goat, but that's a whole different thing.
No, that was on point.
I know. I didn't want to go too far, but
let's go.
But man created God. Point. Man created alien. Man created all of these concepts. Who were we before we were? Who were we praying to before we were praising God? And speaking the word God, that's a concept now. People actually believe whatever concept is carried. That's why the word spells are very important. Energy. That's why I tapped in on energy. However I say something, you're going to connect with that energy. It's going to hit you. So if I call all you niggas bitch niggas, somebody might get offended because the way I said it and the tone I carried with it. You feel what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So that we are the aliens. We created them motherfuckers. You better be appreciative too.
We created
We spoke
all
and
of
it was
this.
exactly. We spoke all this, and the word was God. Right? We spoke all this shit into
All right, I'm
existence,
opening
and
up
we
the
still do.
Discord now.
Will I be able to hear him?
Yeah, it should pop up because I don't
Okay.
got headphones plugged in.
All right. All right. Because I hear you loud and clear.
Cool. Ozo, it's on the it's on the Just Ty Discord if you want. The link in the description. I just posted one in there. But yeah, you're exactly right. The way you say things, you creating realities with everything you say. That's why a lot of people creating like horrible realities for themselves, and then still say, "I
Talk
can't
about
take it," and then be like, "But you
it.
created this, and you still acting like you can't take it."
Come on,
And that can go on
come on,
forever, eternity, without even you
for real.
knowing you was in it for an eternity. You think it was 5 seconds.
Straight up, straight up.
All right, I got you. I'm put it in there. I'm
And
put
that's
the
the
link.
funny thing. That's the science behind it. That's the science behind the term. The word was God. Tone, energy, frequency, vibration that creates, not literally some entity, some all infinite, omnipotent being speaking English or something. No, it's not like that. It has nothing to do with anything like that. There was no motherfucker named God. Like, hey, somebody named me God. Okay. And then somebody heard me when I didn't even create people. Somebody heard me say, let there be light, let the world be cool. I like planets and bugs and shit. Who the fuck was around to even hear that? It's not literal. It's not literal.
Nah, not at all.
Word. Word is speech. Speech is tone. Tone is frequency, vibration, energy. That's your trinity. And the word was God. This is what they're saying. They're not saying, a nigga said, let there be light. Light. And
Yep.
then light pops out of nowhere. Let there be a fucking tree. Yeah, this shit ain't. Look, come on, man.
What up? What
So
up,
this
Ty?
goes into the conversation you said you wanted to have. Mind creating things. All
Hey,
that.
Ozo.
Exactly.
What up, kid?
Can you hear him?
You hear me clear?
Okay, I hear
Yeah, I
him.
can hear him. He sounds a little low,
Yeah,
but
he a little low, but I
he's
hear
good.
him.
Hold on, I'm put on the tablet.
All right,
No,
what's up,
you
Ozo?
better hear me.
It's good. It's good, man. I was trying to tap in with you today, man. See if you're gonna do a live too today. You know what I mean? I want to get into a few topics and shit.
Okay. Well, shit.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
chop it. Let's build on here then. It's on.
Yeah, we build some. It's I told somebody about the Just Ty's website and they couldn't find it like on the YouTube. I was trying to tell them, but they found your shit. So I was like, all right, next time we go live, I'll holler at him and I'll try to
Oh yeah.
pick his brain because they was interested in a lot of Egypt. They were talking about Egypt and all this other shit. I was like, listen, man, my man got all that info on Egypt and all that shit. So you know what I'm saying? So just go to his shit and you know what I mean. He be doing it.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear.
man. I was just watching the Maria Sabina. You heard?
That's perfect. All right?
You
That's
say he's watching
perfect.
Marina
Wherever you had
Sabrina?
it was good.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear? You got everything adjusted? You adjusted the microphone and shit? That's what you're doing, Ty?
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can
Okay,
put the
cool.
microphone closer so King Guys can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, shit, how about this?
Yeah,
I'm about to jump off
hey,
of this
listen,
messenger and jump over to the
check.
Discord.
Oh, that'll
Oh,
work.
shit.
That'll work?
Yeah,
All right, well, I'm about to head to the Discord.
cool.
All
There
right.
you go. Book was just calling me, probably asking me something. I couldn't even answer the phone. But hey, listen, man. I was just talking about the Maria Sabina. You know what I mean? I want to keep on that topic. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to lose track.
What you run
I'm building
across?
up. It's funny because hold up, I'm rolling up this weed and shit. But anyways, yeah. Hold up, I don't even want to repeat myself, so I'm just wait till King Oz hop in here. He should be
Gotcha.
hopping in.
I'm setting up the camera and stuff now. Had to readjust.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
But hey, listen, like let me just on another note, like that's similar. Today I went out to fucking I went to Walmart and shit, right? And in Walmart outside they had these little kiddie pools. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the little ones, different sizes, like pink ones, pink and blue. They had the bigger pink one, smaller blue, smaller pink one, bigger blue one, smaller blue one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there were different prices and shit. Like the small one was only $5, and they were about like maybe a foot across, foot and a half across. You know what I mean? But all I kept thinking about was when I seen them, like, dude, I could do the illest outdoor grow with these, dog, with some shrooms, dog. Because they're kiddie pools. The plastic is made out of a color that people have grown shrooms in that blue color from the blue tubs, and they say that they grow really good with the blue, with the light shining through the blue Tupperware. Actually, they enjoy that shit. You feel me? So I was like, man, I could make the Azarescens at that. Azarescens or Cyanescens or something like that. It has to be those because up here where I'm at, it gets cold and shit, and I could put them bitches out on the back porch. You know what I mean? But or anywhere outdoors and shit. But it's just a dope idea, man. I just keep thinking about it.
Yeah, that would keep the other dirt that's outside from getting in it, right? The tub.
Yeah,
Or the pool.
absolutely. Yeah, it's a tub basically. Yeah, it's an outdoor tub, And then I'm gonna take two tubs though, one on top of the other one, and then I'm gonna clamp it with zip ties. Just put holes in the tub all the way around, and just clamp them together like a UFO. So they'll be
growing UFOs inside UFOs.
Yeah, basically. Because what I would do is like clamp them in a way, like just use clamps. Anyways, you don't have to use zip ties. Just use clamps all the way around the edge to clamp both swimming pools one upside down on top of the other one, and do the grow. Colonize bulk the grow to wood chips because wood chips are outdoor. You know what I'm saying? They're outdoor bed or outdoor garden bed inside of this Tupperware where it's the air that's getting in there, it's gonna be filtered through the filters and all this other shit. So it's very clean environment. The animals can't get in there readily. Like they can't just hop in and hop out. They gotta like dig through the Tupperware shit, and you just put a little fence around it, just so everything's safe while it grows. Once it grows and the shrooms are there, you could leave that shit wide open, and whatever animal decides to get in there, you're gonna get torn back. You know what I mean? They learn real quick that they're so powerful that even the animals get fucked up off of them.
Damn. Usually they just eating it like it's food. Keep it moving.
Nah. Rick the Matrix, he's out there in Florida. What's all that noise? That was crazy. That's just Bianchi.
My bad, yo.
Hey.
Yo, sorry. Hey, listen, Rick the Matrix lives out there in fucking in Florida, and he's seen the shrooms that grow wild. He's seen a Pinellius, and next to the basically like a golden teacher, they grow next to each other. And he's seen that the animals and the birds will eat the golden teacher, but that they won't touch the Pinellius because the Pinellius is so potent. Yeah.
Remind them that they're not just a rabbit.
Yeah. The funny thing is, one time he told me a story that he went outside and there was a rabbit that looked like it ate the Pinellius or did something because it was just sitting there like a statue. It didn't move for hours. It was just sitting out there. And rabbits are never stiff like that. He went outside, that shit was like a statue in the same spot, didn't move.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
What happened to K-Nas? He dipped off.
That sucks.
Hey, listen, man. I wanted to. He been on that Maria Sabina shit. Like he knows. He was like telling me about it, and I was trying to tell him. But I was just watching it today. The point was that I was watching the Maria Sabina because I talked to my grandmother. My grandmother's mad old and shit. So my grandmother's in her 80s and shit. And I wanna show her the experiences and shit, But I wanna slowly like let her know what's up. So I sent her a video of Maria Sabina that wasn't translated into Spanish.
Yeah.
Because they're talking in Mazatepec, and then they're talking in the narrator was talking in English, but most of the language is in a language that it's not Spanish. It's a separate language. So I just sent her the video that's in Spanish instead of English. And
That's the lady who introduced the people in Mexico to mushrooms, or the
not
Americans.
people, yeah, Americans,
Yeah,
yeah, not Mexicans.
Rockefeller. No.
Yeah, yeah, the Americans. But yeah, this lady, she's talking. This is an old video. This is from way back in the day, dog. And Maria was already old in this video. She had introduced them to it years and years before. And in this video, she regretted even introducing them dudes to it because the Americans left and then sent mad tourists came. You know what I'm saying, looking for it. And it became like a tourist destination, and tourists don't know how to act, and they was acting stupid out there. You know how Americans.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
basically, anyways, the thing is that I was watching this shit because I sent it to my grandmother's in Spanish, so I had to I sent it to her, and then I'm watching it also to review what I sent her to see if everything falls into line, into place. And some of it was they had to read it, so I was like, fuck, I hope she hangs through the parts that you have to read and shit because she doesn't have her glasses on, I'm pretty sure, and my aunt's probably not there, so I just wanted her to listen to it. So anyways, it got to a point where they were talking, and Maria herself was talking about on some Kalindi level doses. Like I was like, oh shit, I never even noticed. She says this. She says she took 30 of the mushrooms to cure her sister. It took 30 mushrooms, and that on the level of 30 mushrooms that is different, that it activates some shit, that they're magic and also the crazy shit by basically breaking it down. Kalindi knew what time it was, but this is this is knowledge that the Indians knew too. It's not something new, dog. Them high dose levels are some other shit, dog. There's more on every platform. Whenever you take them, they just keep on breaking barriers, dog. They keep on breaking barriers. It's mad profound.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
about
wait,
people
yeah.
with cancer. Like cancer and stuff didn't exist that much back then. And now we on the level where cancer can actually happen.
Hey, dude, she sits there with you, right? Let's say you got cancer and it's in your fucking knee or something. She'll sit there with you and she'll trip balls with you. And while you're tripping and you're in the fucking middle of the zone and shit, she does it all ceremonial. She uses God, she uses the saints, she uses all this shit. She says a rhythm. She speaks in rhythms and shit. Like she's not rapping, nothing like that, but she's just saying making herself stronger for her journey and shit, telling herself that she's the lady who brings this, she's the lady who does that, she's the lady who does this. And she says all this list of stuff that she's here to do. And then she'll take the person, and then let's say, for an example, if the cancer's in their knee, while they're tripping, she'll keep tapping them on their knee, like with her fingers. Like every few, like, you know what I'm saying? She'll just look at their leg and just tap it and ask them, you feel that? Is that working? Like, and try to convince the person that just her tapping and activate the person's fucking shit that's happening to them. Like, oh yeah, I feel it healing. And you feel me?
Yeah.
What up, King?
All right, my bad.
Oh, you made it back.
Yeah, my son wanted to take a shit with half a diaper and then shower himself.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Daddy duties.
Reality. You know what I mean?
What y'all here chopping it on?
Hey, about healing. Marina Sabrina.
I know you wanted to hear it. Yeah, I know you wanted to hear it, man. Like about the Maria Sabina, I was saying that I sent I was talking to my grandmother. She's old. I didn't even want to repeat this shit either. But my grandmother's old, so I was talking to her about, I wanted her to watch Maria Sabina. She didn't know who she was, so I sent it to her, the video link. It's in Spanish. So as she's watching that, I sat back and I started watching it, and I got to a part in the video where the lady was talking about. I felt she was talking about some Kalindi level doses, talking about that for certain occasions that you need to take 30 of the mushrooms to do healing work and shit like that, and that it took her 30 of them to fucking heal her sister of some affliction she had. I didn't even get to realize what affliction she had, but I did the math because I took shrooms, whether they're dry or wet. Each shroom is almost about a gram, dog. And when they dry, sometimes they may be 0.5 or whatever, but they're almost a gram, and especially nice size ones. So if you got 30 shrooms, that's about 30 grams.
25, 30 grams.
So she's talking about way back then. She's talking about Kalindi level doses, and I'm pretty sure Kalindi picked up on that way before we did. So he knew. People been knew about this a long time ago. We're hip to this shit now, and it's new to us. And we only go far back as Kalindi because it was new to us from him, and from him he been heard that shit from others, and he's been telling us that there's other people that are way beyond him that are doing this shit, dog. So it's. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. We just gotta step up to the plate. You feel me?
Yo, it was a story when my girlfriend was on mushrooms back in Philly. She went around trying to heal her family. She was putting her hands on because her brother got cancer and HIV. So and her
Damn.
mom is sick, like her feet and stuff always hurting and stuff like that. So she was tripping and she was going around doing exactly like what you were saying, that scenario going. She said she just felt like she can heal what was going on inside of them by touching them. And she was asking them, was they okay? And is everything gonna be all right? Don't worry about anything and stuff like that. And I had those thoughts too. I had that thought about my knee on acid.
From me tripping, right? From me being on trips, I could see where if two people are tripping and they're on a level of they're wide open with trips, and the lady is saying that shit, she's saying like a mantra, and her man, she's saying her mantra right next to somebody over and over and over, like saying what she's here to do, like I'm here to heal, I'm here from God, I'm here from this, I'm here from that. She keeps saying all these things that are positive, and then she keeps tapping the person on the fucking knee, wherever the cancer's at, with her fingers, like you feel that? And she's telling them, is it working? And she's touching them, and she's just poking them with one finger or two, poking them in the spot and tapping it. And fucking that right there is just a indicator for the person to unlock and be like, oh shit, what she's doing is working. And if they even think for 1 second while they're tripping that what she's doing is working, they automatically burst into fucking some sane shit, and that shit starts healing on his own. Like he's like, yo, magic shit. You acknowledge the magic, and the magic works, bro.
Yo, bro, it's this other video of these Chinese guys. It was the Chinese guys. They it was a video. It was one that this guy set a piece of paper on fire, but it was that set of videos I was watching. They was healing somebody of their cancer, and the way that they did it is exactly like how you say how magic works. They had to have in their mind already that the body was healed and that they wasn't looking at a sick body to begin with. So when they said they mantras and put their hands and stuff on it, they was acting and like how you can't even really explain it, but acting like it's not sick, even though they touching the sick. Like that's just an illusion. That's just the illusion.
No, yeah, that guy supposedly went into hiding after he made that video and has never been seen again.
Wow.
Ran the boy off. But that's it. Just what Ozo said. You know, if you want to believe you're sick or you a victim or whatever the fuck, there. All right, then. All right. You want to be healed? It's like going to the doctor. You ain't sick until you go to the doctor. Now you got everything in the fucking world. Or go to Google. Now you got everything.
I was about to say that. Look up your symptom. Now you got everything.
Yeah, that's it. So if you want to think sick, you're going to be sick. Not saying you can't get sick any other way or nothing, but where you stand on that plays a big part on it. You could say positive affirmations, like my aunt. There's positive affirmations or the confessions, if you will. It's self-reflecting. So if I say over and over, I ain't shit, eventually I'm going to be not shit. My body's going to act accordingly to my mental. Or if I say I'm the dopest nigga you ever met, I'm in good standings with myself, so I might be a little healthier than the next motherfucker, you know? Something like that. It's how you see it, how you want to be. How do you want to be?
Trust me, I used to listen to the emo rock music when I was a teenager, and that was all my reality was showing too. All the sadness, all the stuff, the things breaking apart, because that's what all I was paying attention to. That was all the music was promoting what I was vibing with. Like when you start vibing with it, getting in that tune, that's what you're gonna create. Because like you wanted to go there too on a higher level.
It's like listening to like R&B, you know you about to get some bun.
Oh gosh.
You listening to fight music, you know you finna get into a scrap. Like the energy it carries with you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a weirdo.
You talk about rock music. Go ahead.
Oh no, but when just I was talking rock music, I was already thinking about R&B, but like I'm a weirdo because like I'll play like hours of Call of Duty, or even as a kid I play like Twisted Metal and all this like violent and aggressive games, but I'm like listening to like Boyz II Men and TLC and all the LaFace records.
I listen to Psy TAi and play Call of Duty, so I dig it. Yeah. I done pulled up to a fade playing Alicia Keys. You don't know my name? I pulled up to catch a whole fade with it.
Yo, you stupid. You always stupid. You gonna go fight a motherfucker with Alicia Keys in the background?
But you see, my thing
That's
was
what I'm
so
saying,
smooth,
Ozo.
right?
My name is Patrick. Can I have your name, please?
That's a real trippy mind. Be able to remix those
fun.
realities.
I said, he don't know me, so what's the coolest way to say it? Play some Alicia Keys. You don't know my name.
Oh my god.
I used to
check it
play
out though.
Waka.
How's them shroomies coming through?
Oh, bruh, I was just showed it.
Oh, yeah.
They coming along nice.
They
man.
got some knots at the
I'm
top, I saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some
Mhm.
pictures and send them to you. They looking nice. Got the condensation, all that good shit. Everything's moving. I'm just leaving them the fuck alone right now.
Just like I told you, dog.
Straight
Good.
up. I'm excited, man.
I've been telling Ty, man. I've been telling Ty all this time, like, dude, I'll walk you through it, dog. Just get it. Get it popping.
Straight up. Ty got a nice little move right now anyway. He's situated.
Yeah, because he got him in. He's in the area where they out there. He's out there where they out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's good. He don't even have to have it in his yard. He go to the neighbor's yard.
Man.
He's out of control.
I told Ty, man, we best friend. How you doing?
Uh-huh. Situations is real.
Hey, though, no bullshit though, King House. I got peoples and shit that I put them onto your shit because I know how you get down with all the knowledge of old shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking,
appreciate it, man.
pulling up the Egyptian shit because there's a lot of Egyptian shit that how time now we in the future and somehow as future comes it goes back in time to past. Shit like the past is coming to the future. You know what I mean? Like a catch-22. Like we're so far in the future we think allegedly, but we still don't know how to make pyramids. But as we get closer and closer to the future, we go backwards in time towards the past because we'll be able to know how to build pyramids in the future, and we'll go towards the Anunnaki that used to fuck with DNA and create motherfuckers of all different genetic profiles. We're getting there. We're going backwards in time, basically.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah. There's no other choice. That's your Ouroboros. That's your infinite circle, if you will. It comes right back around. That's how you do it. That's how we do it. That cycle. Straight up. You can't. We build off the past. The channel. By doing that, we're still in the past. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Hey,
but I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, listen, the funny thing is about the past that we don't even have to know it. I think a motherfucker could be fresh off the boat, fresh off the island, and don't know nothing, and take some psychedelics, and you be like, "What's this triangle fucking thing in the sand? What's this dude with wings and a fucking elephant? Like, what's this elephant face dude and the what's this like all the fucking things that are written everywhere that are fucking talked about in every fucking that are." Copy, print, plagiarize, linguistically, whatever the fuck, they change it just by, it's only just a language barrier that changes it into something else. Like they call this dude Jesus here, his name is Zeus, over there. Zeus over there, and over there he's Thoth, and over there he's Buddha, and over there, it's not as the same person, it's a character.
It's an energy, a group of ideas.
It's a character. We're still there with it.
That moves through time. Well, time don't even exist.
It's crazy. It's crazy because listen, they take the character and they plagiarize it to look like they want. They change the imagery and they do this. But then when you go raw and you take the psychedelics, you see the imagery of the bird face dude. You see the imagery of the hawk. You see the imagery of the elephant. Yeah. How many times Brooke sees the elephant and seen all these people? How many times people have seen Anubis when we talk about? How many times motherfuckers do all this? Like, you know what I'm saying? We see all these different motherfuckers gold-plated, gold shit on them, rocking jewels and shit, looking crazy somewhere. Sitting somewhere doing something.
That's a good way to put it. It is somewhere.
The imagination is not something just made up.
No.
It's an actual place.
Hey, listen, you're surrounded. Hey, listen, you're surrounded by imagination, bro. Everything came out of a blueprint that was made. The phone, the fucking everything was a blueprint at one time that came out of somebody's brain that we pulled it out, put it on paper, and once we get it on paper, we put it into real. You know what I'm saying? It's just we're surrounded by imagination.
And he just set the vehicle off to have a life of his own.
Everything is, and that's a dope point that you made, Ozo, that a motherfucker that don't know no better can go there and see everything that we talk about, and people say that they experience. And I think it's because taking it somewhere else. I think it's because it's written in us already. It's a part of us already. We just don't tap into it so commonly
DNA.
that we yeah, that's what I was. Yep, exactly. It's written.
Hey, listen,
So
a
when
lady,
you
a
go
lady,
there,
and
if a go ahead, go ahead.
no. Finish your thread.
Like people that got to experience these realms before us left their imprint, but it was still imprinted into their DNA. So we go there just picking up where they left off, but experiencing what they experienced. We just add upon that. So a motherfucker that don't know no better is going to be able to tap into that link between divine being and these realms, and it's going to be able to experience what the motherfucker before them experienced. Written in them, it's written in all of us. We just don't tap in commonly to recognize. You know.
Naturally, either unless you have a Kundalini awakening somehow because of the buildup of the of the all the molecules and shit in the spine and all that shit, the cerebral cortex and all that shit pops off, but and it's still fleeting when it happens, and you don't know what the fuck is happening, shit like that be happening. But these things, right? This lady in the documentary where they was talking about John Hopkins, I think it was, it was the DMT, the spirit molecule research. The one with so the spirit molecule research. They interviewed mad people who went through this. One lady was kind of shook, and she was like she didn't like it, but it was a full-fledged experience that someone else. They gravitate towards this for this type of experience. She said that she felt herself shrink down into herself, go down into her DNA, travel through her DNA, through her shit, and see all the fucking it was on some shit like we're just talking about now. We're talking about this now, and we're talking about it stemming from not from someone having a trip. We're talking about old passed down informational shit that it's like, okay, they're saying this, they're giving us keys, they're giving us like glyphs and stuff that we're interpreting like this must mean this and this must mean that, and we're fucking deciphering all this fucking information. But then it's like somebody that don't know nothing, like this lady took this shit and was like, I went into myself and through my fucking DNA and fucking blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, it's confirmation, self confirmation, dog. Is beyond this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a tendency, like stand. To just build upon what you said, we have a tendency to only perceive, and it's not our fault 100%, but we have a tendency to perceive things only from a human perspective. We don't even pay attention to we're much more than human beings. So this lady and anybody who can take a trip and see these things raw, first time type shit, is exactly what we're saying. It's already written on it. You feel me? But we always look at it from I'm John or this and that, and I'm only this. I'm human. I'm a man. A father. We don't look and see that we are divine beings that are tapped into many different things. Just we are. No matter how you get there, that fact doesn't.
Hell yeah, I felt that many times that we like I am what I am no matter where I am, like whether I'm in the perspective, like no matter right. No matter if I'm in the perspective of a rock or on the floor or in between floorboards or in some other place in the dimension, or if I'm not nothing, I try to see myself and I'm a camera floating around observing. I'm still I am me. You know what I'm saying? Like I could still sit there flabbergasted, like, oh shit, now I'm a fucking spark. Okay, I'm gonna be a spark now. Fucking keep it moving, like dog. But I'm still, like you transition, dog, and you got to go with the flow. You can't be shook, like, oh my god, I'm dead. I'm a fucking goddamn fucking shitty spark or whatever the fuck. Some people are just negative, or shit. they just can't let go, dog. They're so stuck on trying to be popular, so stuck on trying to be fucking cool and being followers to their boys or impress some other motherfucker or impress the wrong person, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, be yourself, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had mad baggage put on me from the people I know, dog. Like, they just come to me like, yo, solve this, solve that. And it's like, dude, or just knowing how I am, they'll come say some fucking some anxiety filled shit around me, dog, that I'm gonna go put the action in and route it, dog. I'm gonna handle this now because you just passed me all this ball of fucking anxiety and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I hate that shit when people try to energy transfer with a motherfucker. No. Bro. Like, you know what I mean? They'll seek you out only for that, dog. They seek you out only for the fucking energy transfer to feel better about unloading on you and shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, these are energy vampires.
Yep.
They exist most definitely. No doubt. Like I love my mama to death, but she is a drama queen, and I'm pretty much the man of the family. Y'all know how that shit go. But
mm,
she'll try to unload that shit on me, and it'd be a lot of times I'll be like, Mom, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Because if you don't say nothing, they gonna continue to do the shit. It don't matter if it's my right hand man. It don't matter if it's my queen. It don't matter if it's one of my kids. I'm like, bro, no. Daddy time out. Daddy time. Or son time. Or if my mom come at me with that, and they don't mean to. A lot of them, and I'm talking vampires. A lot of vampires don't understand that they're vampires. So you gotta say something. Keep your time associated with them short, or they gonna keep doing it, and they gonna pull more and more energy about it. So anybody who's dealing with motherfuckers like that, hey, you better put your foot down. Don't matter who it is.
Because
Don't
you got to
matter
think
who
of
it
it
is.
like this. You only got a certain amount of energy throughout the day. Like at the end of the day, you get tired and go to sleep. So all that energy is going to
Mm-hmm.
different places. And then when you're trying to
Now think of
cultivate
that
something,
consistently every day. They do that to you consistently. Don't let them.
nah,
Woof.
it's
Just
like
go ahead. Just
currency.
tie
Like
you
that's
right
what
up.
you're paying attention to. You literally paying for that. So that's the attention you going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Attention you going to see around you.
Fuck
mm.
that. If you motherfuckers got problems, I'm here for you. But I'm not here for you every single time. I promise you not. Y'all gonna get that message quick.
Yeah, it's
Leave
a
me
way of
alone.
dealing
Hey,
with it. Like the
hey,
samurai and the sensei. Like the
You
sensei
gotta do
wasn't
this
all
shit for
just
yourself.
babyfying the samurai. Like, oh man, I hurt you. I hit your
Right.
hand a little too hard.
Straight up.
hey, Ty, you know what I want to ask you too? I wanted to ask you what's up with this limited. I feel like I like digging into this shit, dog. I like busting out the fucking questions, dog. Like, yo, fam, h- why is it that is we go into three pieces, the trifecta, the things that the three, so you see yourself, you visualize something happening to you that you're like doing something, and it's like whatever that motherfucker's fucked, and then the one watching that person, you're behind that person seeing that motherfucker, so you see the three pieces of you acting out shit. And those perspectives are not only physical but mental. When you're in places, you see a part of your brain that's analytical, another part of your brain that's subjective, and another part of your brain that's observing. You feel me? And
Yeah.
when this is happening, it's like I also feel that we're limited to those three perspectives, but there's another tether behind connected, like a piece that it's like we go deeper, we go further, but we're like got like a governor still. And I don't know if it has to be higher doses in grams and mushrooms to go break the plateaus and do different things, because it's we're capable of anything and everything, dog. It's just that we're limited because of informational wise. We're too confused. Like I think some of it we go too deep and we black out because we can't even sustain that shit, dog. Like it's too much energy, too much information, too much shit we just burnt.
I'm
You
trying to
feel
make too
me?
much sense out of it.
Yeah. So it's like I wanted to ask you that because of how you've seen already too. The veil breaks when we see ourselves as the Truman Show. When people go back and watch that movie, The Truman Show, or when you see yourself like you think it's a Sims or some shit, and you've seen it like in the OA when you were somewhere and it was a studio, a recording studio, with somebody directing and watching you on the fucking set, and you're fucking just living a life of a fucking script, and that's across the board. Many people have felt that. And they've even made movies and TV shows, which is fucked up, which makes us think like they know. These
No,
motherfuckers
bro,
know.
I'm glad you said that it's fucked up. Because every time it comes to me still on the TV, I'm like, okay. But no,
That's
bro,
crazy.
it is a wild reality to see all of those kind of parts divide, but still when you in this illusion, they like so-called working all together at the same time. Cause
Mhm.
it is like now a different mode that I see myself being in. Because whenever I deny something now that I seen in a trip, or not deny it like, oh, that wasn't true, but the overall sense, like the cameras, like the reason why they showed me a camera and not just like probably eyeballs or something, like what was the reason for all of that, like.
Because the shrooms use our informational fucking information. Like if no matter what language you speak, it'll know what you know and it'll show you in your turn. So we know
Mhm.
Oh
about
my
cameras, we
gosh.
know about shit. So we see cameras and shit, but back in the day, they seen eyeballs because that's all they knew was eyeball.
Yo, I said that, but
And
yeah,
that's
you're
all they
right.
could use
Yes,
to
sir.
communicate. That's
On
all they
acid,
could
I
use
was
to
thinking about
communicate.
doors and portals. I was like, they
Doors
seen
and
doors, now we
portals.
see portals.
That's one and the same. See, what's crazy is I really wish, I don't know, I'm gonna regurgitate a lot of stuff from this book that I'm like finishing up right now, but pretty much all the stuff that y'all are saying is in there, and all the stuff we've always been saying. But essentially, what goes down is that connection that we're making with the higher consciousness or whatever. It is essentially us, and it can only communicate with us with what we know, and that is why we might that's previously. But it's like they don't have a language, like an audible language. So someone who speaks, someone in China in this day and age would have the same trip as someone in America, even though they didn't have the same exposure as far as it's a contextual, like we're all prisoners of this moment of reality, of this time. So, and it's the overlaying, like the whole quantum, like entanglement of it all when you fucking do a shroom or a psychedelic and you look at yourself in the mirror and you end up seeing like a native person or like an Asian king or like I've gotten these those tattoos like the Hawaiian peoples what are they called
I don't know about
the
that.
tribal
Tribal tattoos.
tribal tattoos. No, but it's like but even that is just them trying to communicate, but it's just so many things being overlayered and overlapping. But it's like it's real deep. Like this book, I'm telling you guys, I didn't even know that they made a second volume to this book. I've been talking about part 1 for years, and apparently part 2 came out in like November. I didn't even know. But like what happened was when they declassified all this alien stuff, I was like, let me see if they finally put out another book. So I always check every couple months. Excuse me. And they did put out another book for this God's Been a War series by Tom DeLonge. And like everyone is associating it with aliens and what he's doing, but it's not. Like I've been telling y'all since I like joined this group that like they're not talking about aliens, they're talking about psychedelics and everything that we talk about. How like true life would be like, yeah, it's not the macro world, it's the micro world, and he like goes down into like the cellular level, like quantum.
How many times Terrence said, motherfuckers want to know about aliens and motherfuckers from other places? They're right here growing under our feet. Eat them. They'll fucking introduce themselves to you, bro. Like this shit, you know.
It's like breadcrumbs. Those are breadcrumbs that they kind of left behind. Like this is just, really I don't know, like how they're positioning it. But they're breadcrumbs. But it's like these aliens and these words that we're trying to use to describe our contact with higher beings, whether it be gods or ghosts or aliens or witches or fairies. It's all been the same thing, and all it is our future selves. Like the name of the series, I always say God's Been a War, but it's really called Secret Machines. So essentially, we are all secret machines.
You might be absolutely correct in expanding on that and shit, dog. Like, you know, when they say our future selves, that might even mean our higher form, because our higher selves, time and space don't exist. So they future, past, present, our higher self is fucking, you know, it might be our future self because it's a higher form cutting through time and space to be there.
That's attached to just like in the movie Inception. Yeah, it's just like that. And it's like we're so close, man, to like we're so close to the fucking singularity. Like if you like, I could put Just Ty's face on King Oz's face with Mr. Yozo's body with technology that exists right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? The whole deep fake stuff.
The deep fake.
And that's just augmented reality. Like honestly, if you've ever had a psychedelic trip, it literally feels like augmented reality. Those trees go crazy, or when the fucking mosaic patterns on the ground happens. Like it's like literally augmenting your reality. So it's just a technology that's happening at that point that they're describing in the book, where it's like we're really just getting to that threshold of singularity. Like they just go over so much how the brain works, how technology works. Like at what point are we considered cyborgs? Like if some dude comes back from the war and he's missing a leg and they give him a new leg, that's a robotic leg. Or just the fact that we can do so much with a cell phone in hand. We're chatting all throughout the country together right now. Like I could stream a Netflix movie called Hope You Have a Good Trip or Have a Good Trip, and I could make a song and upload it and have it potentially listened to by millions or whatever. Like, we're connected already, and it's just a matter of time that. So I'm probably being a dead horse. Y'all are probably familiar with all this, but as far as psychedelics goes and like what we're encountering, the book is essentially saying like that's us, and like people are talking about alien encounters and how like you get abducted and how your body goes into sleep paralysis and how like I told y'all like maybe a year ago, my daughter's birthday, the house became like a fucking alien spaceship, and I was locked inside of it. Like, oh my god,
I missed that one.
oh my god. Yeah, my daughter's birthday, she had like a Stranger Things birthday party, and I was supposed to like get someplace to like deliver a cake, but I decided to do a quick trip, and I did the trip, and like just the whole house transformed, and it was just. But I don't. So to answer the questions about like the higher beings and just. I totally went off the rails what you were talking about earlier, as far as what they communicate to us, the language that they use, because they don't have. There's no words. It's just pictures in your head that you can understand. Like that's how they communicate to us. And
we're one of the original languages.
Whew, talk about it, bro. Like,
oh yeah. You dead on.
Yeah.
Hey, don't stop now, fool. Hey, that goes all the way into this dude, right? There's this dude, right? There's a hunter and shit, man. That he be hunting all kind of animals and shit. He was on the river one time. He knows natives and shit, native guys. This is a older white dude, and he's been hunting his whole life and shit. Bow hunter, you know, he does his thing. And he said he was on the river rafting through some way out there in bumfuck and shit, like, you know what I mean? And that matter of fact, somebody else was doing that, and he was on top. Thank you. He was on top of this hill, right? He was all ghillie suited out, and he had on all his gear, and he had ghillie suits, and he said, "Yo, I don't even like wearing ghillie suits like that because he feels that that it just makes you feel awkward and shit." So, anyways, he was wearing a ghillie suit and was out there crouched down next to a river. And he was hunting blacktail deer or some other animal. I don't want to confuse which one, but he was waiting on some shit, and he heard some people coming down river on a raft. He heard some like commotion, like people talking, and then he just stood shut. He stayed down. He was gonna just wait for them to keep it moving, and and then get out of there and keep it moving, do what he was doing. And the dude on the boat stood up, and he couldn't really see who it was, and the dude was like, "Hey, Steve. That's you." And he was like, "What the fuck?" He stood up, he was like, waved, he was like, "Hey," and he fucking said some shit to him, and they kept it moving. And he was wondering, like, how the fuck did he see me? And then when he seen him after that, like, he didn't get to talk to him right then and there, but when he did talk to him, he asked him, like, "How the hell did you spot me, bro? Like, I was way up there in a ghillie suit." Like, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't see you." He was like, "I had a feeling I was being watched, and I looked in that direction, and I just, your image popped into my head. I just thought Steve," and and that's the way, telepathy works, bro. It's like knowing. It's automatic knowing. It's not like somebody gonna talk or you're gonna hear a voice or anything. You're just gonna know some shit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It ain't like the movie. It ain't never like the movie.
Oh no.
Full blown conversations, giggling and. I'm like, come on, bro.
It's just a knowing, and like you got to be raptured up
like,
enough.
I knew he was there.
It's like a kind of knowing you run into, and you got to be raptured up enough to be caught up in the wind, and then you be like, "Oh."
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
There you go. You back.
Hey,
what happened?
My headset died, but I switched out to these AirPods, and everything is lovely. But yeah, it's crazy because y'all couldn't hear me talking, but I heard y'all, and the crazy part is you're talking about telepathy, and that's the part of the book that I'm actually on. It's just so many crazy. You know what's crazy? No, I'll tell you the craziest thing is.
Oh, let me find out. It's a synchronicity again. Everything is done.
But I did 4 ACO while listening to the book, and at the end I was just exhausted about how much sense it made. Like one of the y'all know I've always tripped out and listened to music I've always tripped and listened to music when I've done my journeys. But this time, man, I just listened to this book, and I was just, it was like being ran over by a truck, like a semi truck of just information where it's just like, it just makes so much sense. And it's just like, I'm in a boxing ring. I'm just getting hit by Mike Tyson, who's wearing these gloves. It's just knowledge and information. It's just like, take that, take that, take that. It's like so undeniable. Like the book is already undeniable, but if you listen to it while tripping, it's just like, man, so many dots got connected. And I was exhausted after. I was like, I can't take any more information because it's just like, I can't deny it. Like literally it made so much sense. I've never had anything make more sense to me. And also, Christine put up a video about her mushroom trip, and like she hit me up like right after. Like she called like 5 a.m. just to tell me about it before she uploaded the video. And it's just we're all on the same wavelength. It's cool to see like everybody getting there. But I'm telling, like I told her that morning, I listened to everything she had to say. I was like, if you want to really just get in tune, I've been telling people for years, and I don't think I've had a single person listen. But just go to Audible. It's free. Get this book and just listen to it because it makes so much sense that I can't do.
Hey, Piano though, no bullshit though. Shout out to Christina though, because yo, that girl is a warrior, dog. She done. It wasn't too long ago that when you told me that it was the first time you put her on, where you met her. You met her, and she was the first time trying DMT, and then she went from that to Bufo to not even like dog. She did it all, dog. Like you know what I'm saying. And then for her to the last ones for her to try was the one that everybody talks about like it's nothing, is the shrooms, and for her to say, yo, these things blew ayahuasca, Bufo, DMT, and everything else out the water. It's serious.
It was another YouTuber that just said that too.
Solid. Okay.
It was another female YouTuber that just said the same thing. She said she did ayahuasca, DMT, and she did 5 grams, and she said it was nothing like anything else.
You're talking about the same girl, bro. Did she have no hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Christina.
That's the homie. Yeah.
That's the homie. She cool. I was watching her. Yeah. I was watching her like 2 days ago.
Yeah, just put that up. That's the homie, yo, and it's just crazy. Like this is where we are, man. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go because. Okay, so I know the book is a big time investment, so when y'all get to it, y'all get to it. But also, if y'all haven't checked this out, go on Netflix and check out Have a Good Trip or Have a Nice Trip.
Oh, we're gonna watch that.
Absolutely. I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I'm watching that today.
I enjoyed that.
Have a Good Trip on Netflix, definitely.
Yes, yeah, and like that, it's just making it so mainstream, man. Like, not in a bad way. Like, it's just waking people up. Like, oh, maybe it's not that bad, and they do it so humorously. Like. It's actually pretty funny the way they like execute the high school after school specials on don't do mushrooms and don't do
the skits.
Like, yeah.
And that's how it really was. They really have you thinking like that. But it was cool too because they let everybody say what they had to say. They didn't try to like exemplify points. They just let everybody speak whatever truth they had. Like the guy that was the Indian guy that was sitting on the bench. I was like, yo, he was saying the most trippiest stuff.
Yeah, he's super popular. I got mad of his books too. He's been on Oprah. Deepak Chopra is like mad popular. Like the 4 Agreements. Like y'all have heard of Deepak Chopra, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know a lot of those people did psychedelics. Like I knew Sting did ayahuasca, but I didn't know about Sarah Silverman. I didn't know about Anthony Bourdain or. And a lot of dead people were in there too. Like it was really weird. They had Ben Stiller's dad. They had Anthony Bourdain who committed suicide like a year ago. They had Princess Leia. I didn't know she was doing like into psychedelic. So it's just cool to hear people tell their stories like that. And like even after they passed away, because it just came out like a week ago, but they've been dead for a while. So they must have been sitting in that footage for a hot minute. But I'm glad it came out, man. Like,
and you see how we gravitate towards that when we see that, it gets us excited. There's thousands of people who gravitate towards this, like, you know, psychedelic experience. And if all of us, you know, write down our experiences or make some type of a illustrated book to show, like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll look like some fucking going through warp zones and crazy shit, man. This is like that way what they make Doctor Who out of, what they make Doctor Strange out of, what they make fucking Marvel Universe out of. You feel me? Out of these fucking trip reports, dog, that are beyond shit happening. You become different creatures. You fucking morph into different lifetimes. You do different. You could live 80 years in one night, dog. It's yo, and you know, I was thinking about doing different shit. I was thinking about like, dog, I got a lot of documentation on fucking all the photos that I took of shrooms growing step by step, or what they look at different stages look like. I think should do a dope ass book. I was like, dog, but I want to do a regular like a hood book with all the photos and every step by step for motherfuckers could learn how to do this shit without none of the shit that people are trying to push people to go get, all the
Yo,
equipment, all the
bro.
extra shit.
I brought that
Mm-hmm.
up to you last year. Remember, I said once I get my skills a little more polished, I wanted to work with you with a
Mm-hmm.
book.
Yeah. Let's do this, dog.
Let's
Because
do it.
you already know it's easy. All we gotta do is I just need a math on how much for like you know King Oz knows a lot of this shit. Like how much for all the paper, the books, the paperback. Like I just want to get photocopy like of photos of dope clear. You know what I'm saying? Color photos of every stage, how it looks. You know what I'm saying? Explaining shit in layman's terms the way we be talking, dog. We ain't got no filter. You feel me? I don't gotta use no filler words or no cuss words either. I could just, you know, use
Get straight
street
to the
slang
point.
though, like you know, let them know like this is what it is, you know. We gotta chop it up though on that
That's
King
the
Oz,
best
you
way
already
to
know.
do it.
You already
That's the
did
best way
mad,
to
bro.
write any book. Straight to the point.
And I'm not trying to write nothing, man. I'm not trying to have an arthritis finger like you with a fucking big ass
Right.
hunchback Notre Dame on the side of it
Straight up.
from squeezing the pen all night. You know what I mean? I'm all set.
Yeah, that's what I mean, you should do it. You definitely should do it. Ozo got the knowledge. Put it with Tai's creativity. Oh man.
And yo, bro, we on
Cut
it.
it out.
I was telling King Oz at the beginning of the show, I'm on it now with the animation and things like that. I've been watching a ton of tutorials, and I bought all the pieces to my computer now. It's gonna take like 2 weeks for all of it to come in the mail. It got like a cooling
Yeah, Ty
unit,
ready to go.
got the RAM, got the a good GPU. It costs like six something. Is so I'm gearing in, and I'm taking some deep what is that? So I was looking for some online courses to take that was free and stuff because I was seeing all these advertisements. So I was like, let me just see what's going on. And I was running across a lot of interesting things. One of the things I'm doing is computer science, but the other one is mathematics beginner mathematics for AI learning and for machine learning and AI development. And then it's another course offered by Microsoft about AI development and theories and all the stuff that's going on and things like that. So I said all this is just in time for what's been going on, what I've been thinking about and coming in contact with. So I'm gonna dive into that and really get some creations going.
People in the house right now, this is the best time to get creative, get active.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got shit else to do but do something.
Yep.
For real. I done started on these booklets for the children and all that. Like everybody, we got time, so we definitely I support it. I'll do whatever I can.
And it's so wild.
Once you and Ozo get together and handle that, I'll support any way I can.
And yo, it's so wild. Looking at all the technology that's being used to record nowadays, like the way that, for an example, the way they recorded the Lion King, the new Lion King, where it's all animated. That was all created in a virtual environment, like a video game, not scene by scene. And then they played it, and they all had on They had 6 people with virtual reality glasses on, and they were just they existed as a camera in that realm, and they were just floating around in different spaces. Like, hey, meet me up here. I think this is a good angle where the light can go, cause I like how that zebra run passes that rock. And then they will all meet up there in the virtual world, and then that's how they literally filmed it. They got these rigs where you in a complete green screen room, and the rig is connected to sensors to the virtual camera. So when you move, since they used to moving the rigs in Hollywood so they can get all the smooth motions and things like that, they created that for the virtual camera. So they can look on the screen, and all they is inside of a green room, and they can like get all these cool angles. Like they just zooming into this world that they just created, and they the creators, and they like it's so awesome the mind trip. It's like, yo, this is actually happening. And I'll be thinking that's a zoom out on our reality. Since I saw the cameras, a form of cameras, just how they showed it to me. and it's like, yo, that's us cameras, and it's being filmed, and is we creating this as we going along, and it's cool. The parallels and
Almost definitely.
Hell yeah, it is. Dude, how many times have you tripped and went into a fucking VR or just a open world game?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it for you? How was it for you in the open world or the VR?
Wait, can you say that again?
How was it for you or anybody on the panel for the open world or the open world games or the VR with tripping?
Yo, I haven't tripped
Typically
that
on
much.
Shrooms too, because shrooms is like.
I didn't take that much while I was in there, but I'll just be microdosing and I'll just say, all right, I'm gonna play the game like a couple hours later, and it's so relaxed in there once you get the controls in there that you really, if you let yourself go enough, because the technology is still getting better. Like they got the things where you can walk now, and it's like a treadmill underneath of you. Like it's the more the senses get attacked, but just tripping in my experiences in it, you really feel like it's not just a game, but it is a game, just like how you figure out this life is a game. But we say that so fast when playing the game, but it's like the thoughts come that this is a reality I'm interacting with, and these tools is so I can interact with this reality, like not just a game. It's so different because even when the shooting games, when I was playing one, you gotta literally like duck behind the wall, like you gotta bend your body so you don't get shot, and you can pop up around this corner or pop up around that corner, and you don't have to deal with your fingers. Like you gotta literally move your hands and wave your arms, and it's way more interactive. That how they say it tries to trick your brain into thinking it's a real reality. It's like if you
Yeah,
on the little
I
shrooms.
felt, dude, I felt like my life was on the line. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
yeah, and then I was tripping so hard when I was doing it that I was also, after I died a couple of times with still thinking my life is on the line. Then I started thinking like, oh shit, every time I do die, I'm killing that NPC and I'm just happening to the next move too. And I'm just feeding them to the fire and shit. Wow.
No, that's so real. Like when my I get like that too. And when my daughter, for example, cause she's 5, when she plays Minecraft and stuff, she treats the villagers and the people like they're actual people. Like she don't like to bump into them. Like she respects them a lot. And I get that too. I got that first when I was playing GTA back in the day. And I was like, yo, like I'm really just killing all these people. Like he was just walking down the street.
I don't even play it. I don't even fuck with it, dog. Cause it's like I was telling my boys, like, dude, you're running around just clapping people in the face, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even like I don't even like games like that because, dog, I would like it shits the fan. You know how real life goes, dog. Like you have to put in work and shit, dog. And like video games like that, it's like, man, this shit. I'd rather go clapping aliens and monsters and like fighting shit like I like fantasy type shit because of that. Like I'd rather go wipe shit like that. Like that's why I like Doom, where you go fight demons and shit and you wipe them down because I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid of no demons and no things like that. Like you know what I mean? Like people to me is so soft. Why are you running around clapping people? They're whack. Like I see people doing all kind of fucked up shit to civilians in Grand Theft Auto, dog.
All the twisted fantasies come out.
Yeah.
So hey, Mr. Elton, I had to tap out for a second. Was your question doing a psychedelic trip and playing a virtual reality video game, or doing a psychedelic trip and then feeling like you're in a virtual reality video game?
Well, yeah, if you felt like it, let me know what's up, because I felt that too.
Yes, multiple times. It's like I'm in a
multiple.
It's like I'm in a club, not a clubhouse, a house of mirror. Like, so I get why they mention jesters and stuff, but it's like very much like a circus. Like because the crazy part is like when I was with True Life in California, when we tripped, we were right next to like an amusement park that had like the is it called merry-go-round? Not a Ferris wheel, a merry-go-round, like with the horses and stuff, tents, and just that pattern. So I've been in like places like that. I've also There's a metal in there. I've been talking about this metal since my first trip, and then
Metal?
I feel like like the metal. It's super thin, but it's a metal. Like it's like nothing I've ever seen before. So it's like light, but it's real. Like it's oh man, but it exists, and it's like an element that doesn't exist in this world. Just like you go there and you see colors that don't exist, it's an element that doesn't exist at the same time. I'm trying to explain as best I can. The best way I can
Doesn't
explain it,
exist yet.
maybe not yet. Have you guys ever seen District 9 or District
Yep.
11
Yeah.
when they're in
District 9.
Africa?
Nah,
Yep.
District 9. Okay.
Yeah.
and
So-
he turned into the bug alien person.
Yes. Okay. So at the end of the movie, it ends with him making like this flower for his wife to let her know that he's still alive. So he like goes to the junkyard and grabs this metal, and he like makes a rose and gives it to her, and that's how the movie ends. So this is like digging real back my old DMT trips, but I definitely have talked about this with you guys. But what happened was I was just in this world, and I saw these two creatures, one masculine power and one feminine power. And she treated me like I was a puppy or a cute little kid. She just walked up to me, and I walked up to her, but like she was just like, "Oh, look at him, he's so cute and adorable." And I was like, "Where am I?" And I'm looking around, and just like it's crazy. But the dude was very much of like, "No, don't pay him any attention. Don't give him any attention. Like, just ignore him." And she's like, "But it's so cute. Look at it." And so he gave me like this real stern look, like
we're a dog, right? To them.
or like the boyfriend off of the movie Juice. I don't know. Like, he's like chilling at the homegirl's house. So we're like, so anyways, he's like staring me down as I'm like trying to ignore him staring a hole in my head, and she's just like, "Get your stuff, Clarence. We gotta go." I don't know. It was like a vibe like the movie Juice, but at the same time, it was in the psychedelic world. But I'm not gonna front. I was a little freaked out by the situation, so I wouldn't look that male entity in his eye or anything. But I found this rose on the ground. I picked it up and I just kept staring at it. And as I stared at it, I'm not moving, but I'm observing it in every single dimension. Like I'm standing in front of it, but I can see from behind it, from inside of it, from the left or from the right or from the bottom of it. It's just like I saw this rose, and I'm just focused on this rose. Oh, the reason why I grabbed the rose is because I don't know. I found the rose in the ground, and I'm like a little kid in this world. Found that metal rose in the ground. I picked it up, and I looked up to the heavens to the lady, and I extended my arm and hand with the rose in my hand to give it to her, and she went to grab it, but before she grabbed it, I'm just being stared at by the male entity. So instead of acknowledging his energy, I just got lost in that fucking rose and that metal. But it's not the first time I've seen that metal. Like I see it, like the walls are paper thin there, but they're fucking made out of. It's like a video game, like old school video game. Like if you played fucking 007 or Twisted Metal, when like you go in a building but the buildings are like paper thin because you could like see the glitch of reality in it. That's how the metal is there. But it's just like, oh man. The metal exists, but it's like super thin, but it can build a construct there, and I just can't wrap my brain around it until right now when I just mentioned like 007 or Twisted Metal on how that's how shit was built back.
Yeah, remember I told you I seen these little these beings that were flying around in crafts that came in and out of the room. I was on the Rusty Whites, and some of them were the size of like my thumb, some of them were the size of my hand, some of them were the size of my leg. Different size ships were flying in and out, but they were made out of this metal that was very thin, like aluminum foil, but it was like a almost like a see-through metal, but I could tell it was some type of alloy or whatever the fuck, and it was just only a nervous system. Each one of the ships, no matter how long or big they were just a little nervous system around them, and they were projecting the UFO from the nervous system itself, and the UFO was made out of some material that could go through walls and go through different shit. But what I was like mad focus on the nervous system and the alloy and that was made that was projecting the ship itself. Like the ship didn't even have like I would say that shit could land and would disappear completely, the ship, and it would just be the nervous system like a rug or something. And then when you step on it, it just boom, and the fucking thing turns on, and it's like all energy that could go through anything and go any fast, go through any, like it's like some crazy shit. But I understand what you're saying because some of these things are undescribable, dog, and that's a cheap ass interpretation that I could give of what this fucking shit that I seen was basically technology based. And it's like not only is it technology based when you see things like that, but it doesn't match with the fucking technology based. Not even Tony Stark in the newest movie got fucking shit like this. So it's like, how did my brain come up with some shit that was more realer and iller than the movies that we even have now? I don't even have a reference point for something this ill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I imagining something iller than what we already know? Like, what the fuck is this? It's like it feels
not,
like you're looking.
Yeah.
Like you're looking
keep
somewhere
going.
else. No, it's just like you're looking somewhere else. That's what I was saying. Like somewhere. I don't know.
Well, is the program or the newscasters in your TV set?
I don't watch news.
Well, I'm just saying when you watch Shrek 3, or when you is Shrek in your movie in your TV set?
Nah, I know what you're saying. The question is, okay, he's in another dimension, and I'm seeing him through a fucking somehow viewing him. You know what I'm saying? And they break the veil when they attend to the camera. Like when they look at the camera and say something stupid to the camera, that's the character breaking the veil. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Basically, I don't know where they would be at because it's being projected and it literally comes from somewhere else and it's being beamed into the TV. And it's fucking someone drew it at some point, made the blueprint of this shit, and then something else made it into fucking action. So it's like, you know what I mean? And where did this blueprint come from the human brain anyways, if we got it from the ether, if Shrek is real somewhere for real? So I don't fucking know.
Well, like when we watch True on YouTube, you pull them up on your phone.
Uh-huh.
When you pull True up on your phone or something, is True actually in your phone? No, he's not. He's not. You know. So our brains our bodies are just this what you're calling a portal. Calling like to That's see these for sure.
That's crazy how we could do that though. Now we could literally see him not being there in real time doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's here. He's there. He's in the phone. That's a there's zero space. Like he could be in over there in Cali, and I could be on the phone doing a live talk with him, and I'm looking through my phone, and that phone is literally a portal to California that I'm looking through a portal, seeing him in real time on Earth somewhere else. It's literally a portal. And don't forget that a cell phone is only created by elements and things that you could find in the mountain. This is all fucking shit that they created, but they put them together by digging in the dirt and putting all these little pieces together and creating a fucking cell phone. So it's just the earth we're using as a transmitter and all these elements and the fucking gold and the aluminum and the fucking all the wiring and all the copper and the shit. This is all fucking elements.
Yo, bro, guess what they have now? It's something called Spatial Room. I was clicking on it today. If you and your homies got VR sets, you can meet up in the same room and they'll show a hologram of yourself through the lens of the other person. And even if you don't have one, you can join the room through a webcam and they'll just see you as being a TV on the wall. I said, wow, this is awesome. Like the camera traces your bodies out and just recreates it inside of their virtual world space.
Yo, check this out. Look at the virtual world between my phone and your phone right now. If you're FaceTiming me, there's infinite space in between there. Infinite between me and you in that fucking picture that we see each other. We see each other in real time, but if we was to hop into the electronic world, that would be an infinite space in between me and you.
Yep.
That anything is possible.
You used to watch I used to watch this show called Cyber Chase. It was on PBS. They used to go inside the computer to help motherboard, and then when they went in there, is this whole universe of things going on that they had to stop from happening.
I mean, listen, you know what's crazy too? That when you get into the megabytes and the shit like that, it might not be an infinite space in between those places, but it's like because once you get into those realms, you're already calculating. And you're on that level of calculation and things go by fast and you will find the edge. Like if you were trapped in there, you'll find the edge like this is not real, this is a construct. But, you know, that being said, if this is a multiverse and, you know, we create realities like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, We are a checklist of information. Everything humans are allowed to
That's
do,
it. Yeah.
everything we have in our body, every organ, every DNA, everything is a little box with a check. Check, 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 check. Everything we can see, check the sun, everything, put it all into a video game. Once you get every little check mark checked in, and then the last check mark to do is to give them anonymous, like autonomous fucking thought, like the AI actuated. Once that happens within the game, you will find that there are scientists trying to crack the code of what their reality is based on. Where do they come from? What are they? What is this energy source? Who is what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And in that game, when they start searching for God, they're not gonna find motherfucking this dude that created the comic. They're not gonna find him. They're not gonna the dude who created Grand Theft Auto. They're not gonna find him as the god of that. When they search, who knows where they're gonna go? Because the power source of the electricity going through the PlayStation and into the outlet and into the fucking cable, into the outside, to the streets, into the power source. Yeah, dog. It's like, dude, like who that power? Who knows? Like for them. But if it's an infinite portal going down, and you could keep looking, and we're in one level of that, then we should be able to find the border to where it glitches or where something doesn't meet, where the lines are like, hold up, there's a barrier here, it's invisible. Like in every other game, that you go to a certain point and it's like, no, you can't go past this. It's an invisible barrier. And those places, that explains why we can't go to the North Pole or to the South Pole.
I was about to say, when the ancients used to say the edge of the world. But yeah, I was thinking that it's just that this price so big.
We're not allowed to go to Antarctica. Yeah.
Big when you think about quantum computers and stuff, and how big a quantum thing can even be. Like how vast that plane can be.
Listen, this is why the fucking you in a watch, they use a quartz crystal and it produces the energy to fucking make the watch keep ticking. There's an infinite they like certain crystals and shit like that. They find that there's an infinite amount of storage space inside of them, which are like almost infinite. Might as well be, because the gigabytes, and you could put, I don't know what the word is for gigabytes upon gigabytes that you could put into that shit. That you could put all the information of the entire planet, of everything on the internet, everything we know, everything in the Vatican Library, everything ever known to man, into one crystal. You know what I'm saying? Like we could do. They said there's enough storage space in the crystal for that and some and more. Like you could put so much information into crystal. So it's like that being said, if our reality is a crystallized, when we reach the edges of our galaxy or beyond, like who knows how far it goes, it might, if we're inside of a crystal, we'll never know, because just like in the fucking in that movie, that where they had the whole galaxy was in the pearl, in the marble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can fit that much information into a crystal, and it's a fact. Like so, who knows what if the universe is crystallized at some point, or what we're in. If we're inside of a some type of liquid, because there are crystals that have liquid inside of them and shit like that. They have fucking spaces and gaps where shit is happening. Gases that are like, and like gas is almost like a liquid suspended in a form, or in like weird shit like that, dog. That's what we might be, some type of a fractal of that in another, you know what I mean?
And it go real,
Definitely.
It go real deep, because I'm thinking about the zoom in and zoom out effect that you get on shrooms, or that I had on shrooms, where things is like, it's showing you how everything is connected. But for me, when it was like, because it seemed like when you saying like find the edge of the world and stuff like that, it was like once the cameras was on me, and I found out that wasn't the, like, reality was, oh, I'm reading the script right now and I'm just playing this, like literal shit. And once it got out of that, it was like it did it again and then again and again and again, and like different ways. So I'm trying to think in that terms of what can possibly be the edge, or how, like, it really goes deep and deep.
What if we get to a point right in that article and you keep walking and walking and you get to the edge of it, and then all of a sudden you hear in your head, turn back, 10, 9, 8. So, and then all of a sudden you pass out and fall down and wake back up like fucking 50 miles back. Like in the video game, and you keep trying and trying.
Don't even realize it. Just keep walking.
Because it go deep. Because even after
this, to the edge, right? And it's another pocket, like it's all snow, like this dude said, and it's all snow. You keep going, and then there's pockets of of more land and more oceans and more shit to cross, and then more land and more oceans and ice separating, and it's just an infinite plane of pockets of ice and land and pockets of ice and land. And there's no globe, there's no nothing. It's just an infinite plane of pockets of shit like this, and who knows what's really out there, dog? What's really going on? They use the ocean to build houses, dog. They use the ocean. Everything we live on, dog. Everything you have in your crib, dog. Every chair, every fucking object, dog, is built off of the ocean because the ocean is what they use to level anything. So if the ocean is level, that means the ocean stays at its fucking core. It doesn't bend like a level.
Oh, sea level.
If the level, yeah, sea level is what that little bubble is for. That's sea level. That bubble that they use to build houses, that little fucking shit. That shit is supposed to be level because that's how they use water. Water don't lie. It don't bend. So the planet, how would it be round and have? I'm not saying it's flat either because I don't give a fuck. Well, what I'm saying is that, like, how can you suspend water on something that if it's level? If you're using it, you could use a laser on water and say, yeah, this shit doesn't bend. It's straight. You know what I mean? And it keeps going straight, and it doesn't bend. There's no curvature to the water at all. You can't have it. So who knows what it is, dog? But it does make sense for it to be a plane that just keeps going, going and going, or we might be in a petri dish. You know what I mean? I seen some shit when I was tripping that looked like it kept going and looked like it was weird as fuck. And it made me think about when fucking the president and all these people went over there and was going out there for something, to go see something over there at the end.
Yo, bro, Ozo, I was just thinking, what if in reality, well, what is reality? It really is both, depending on how tapped in you in. And you can't, like, experience the planes of what's going on unless you in another body, like, in another, like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You would have to go into your astral form, and they give us mad hints about this. Like, they talk about this. Yo, you know what? People only reference would be like Harry Potter, right? The dude that took his spirit. He took his spirit and put it into different objects. Put it one piece into the snake, one piece into Harry Potter, one piece into another.
Just like that.
Yeah. See, and there's other books and other things. You know how far that goes back? That goes all the way back to Anunnaki, dog, and all the way back to the motherfuckers that were putting themselves into a stasis chamber and projecting their astral self into an animal like a wolf. Then they'll take, or a bear, and then they'll take that animal and take him into the mountains, way the fucking bumfuck, and put him in a cave and put him into a suspended state. So now that's his second body, fail safe. And then he'll go find something else and hop into that, like a human or something, whatever, and then be that for whatever amount of time, infinite. Like, as long as the original body is in suspended animation and in stasis and is safe, he's fine. And as long as the wolf is fine, he's fine. So if he gets killed in the human form, he goes right back to the wolf and fucking and goes from the wolf back to, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This shit is fucking old.
Absolutely.
This shit is crazy.
That goes back to your point. Well, you didn't use these words, but it's pretty much the same thing. We're all little pieces of the same, like a hologram, a holographic universe type situation. So you're going to find yourself being able to be any aspect of whatever the fuck you want. It's all just another fucking reflection of yourself in a different way or different energy, whatever you want to be. It just goes back to that. You made that point earlier. It's the same thing.
And after the land of the form comes the land of the formless. So you have etheric, like, more, there's, I don't know another word, like abstract being. And then above that, you have a realm where you can no longer keep a physical form. And then above that, there's a realm where you can no longer be separate from anything.
I'm glad you said that. And on top of that's one where you can't be just a light being. That's going to get destroyed on a different level. Different levels calls for different forms, like he said, or form cells. It's just different layers. It's different layers, and it's going you go out to take on different forms or different energies or whatever you want to adapt to or relate to.
Why is it like that though? That there's so many layers, right? And then even the layers that are like, you know, that people could come together and be like, okay, yeah, and everybody sees the same thing. Even in there, they could pull the rug from under your feet and be like, no.
Yep.
Yo, it's crazy, dog. Like
I would say that free will found that this was the best expression in this universe of ways to separate itself efficiently.
it's so we gotta experience more like aspects of this shit too as a team, like as people that are in this in these mind thoughts, and because we can't really talk to people on a normal basis and have conversations because people it bothers me like when I because of the shrooms are aggravated about like when I take shrooms they get aggravated about shit. I feel bad about some shit too because I get rude and I'm stupid like that and I should like I'm working on myself. You feel me? Like I feel bad about a lot. Book be telling me to shut up, like nah, nigga, don't worry about it. Like you good, but for me, I feel like nah.
Hey, that's just because you got a jovial atmosphere. Think about True though. You know what I'm saying? Like think about he figured out that the jesters he was behind the fucking thing the whole time with his hands up under the thing. You know, it's just how you like learning, bro. Like I like being scared a little bit sometimes. So you know, shit.
He's like I like being choked a little. You know what I'm saying?
No, like Halloween scared. You know, like Crypt. Yeah. You like. So the unknown, like learning
absolutely.
things. So, and I think all adventures are kind of like that. They kind of like being, like surprised a little bit.
Yo, but the beauty of it is how we could turn around in our own skin and be like, yo, I gotta correct this. I gotta adjust this. I gotta, you know what I mean, be more mellow about certain things. Because sometimes, you could talk and sound aggressive and like, be aggressive. And it's just the way you talk. And you'd be like, you sound crazy.
Oh, true that.
So
they be saying it sound like I'm rapping. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So, just learn how to be more.
How you speak in tone.
Yeah, and I talk mad low though. Like in real life, like I don't talk to people. When they talk to me, they're like, "Yo, dude, you talk mad low," and I'll be like, "I mean, I do, but I don't. It's because I really do talk low. But when I'm talking about psychedelics, or I'm talking about bulldogs, or I'm talking about fucking things that I fuck with, I be amped about bud and different things. You know what I'm saying about shrooms and shit. But that's about it. I don't really speak much about shit, man. And it's like I can't find people to conversate on a normal level about anything, dog, because the first thing that bothers me, like I was said, all this fucking detour and shit, that I hear the stupidity, like not stupidity, but and people I know, like my family members and shit like that, or old associates that I haven't seen in a long time, that if I speak to them on the phone or something like that, I immediately see that they're just like a fucking broken record, bro. Immediately, like they just say the same shit. They're talking about the same.
They got the same ideas going on. Same ideas,
same thought pattern, and they don't see nothing wrong with what they just said about like how or they don't see any like you're talking about. I'm talking about dudes that be making up blueprints. Like you ain't gonna get back doing that, dog. Are you kidding me? You know how stupid that plan is, dog. Like you sound stupid. Like you're talking about going out there and doing some crazy shit, and it's like, you know what I mean. I hear this all the time. But that's normal where I'm from. Like motherfuckers be doing some hood shit, dog. And it's like I don't see no cycle of motherfuckers learning anything or looking at themselves and what they're doing and thinking about it, dog. Like, man, I gotta change that about me, dog. I gotta slow down. I can't be just hopping on anything I hear, anything anybody says, or you know what I mean. I gotta stay away from this motherfucker right here. No matter how long I knew, motherfuckers got false. They're like false imprisoned to false loyalties, dog. With motherfuckers, dog. Yeah. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like you grew up in a hood or something, and you just be out there breaking bread with people, and all of a sudden now you handcuffed. Like loyalty wise, like, oh, that's my man, and now it's like do or die for this motherfucker when they're dirtbags under you know what I'm saying, low key motherfuckers is doing all the time dirtbag moves, and then it's like you're associated by association. You fucking, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, man. It's like, yo, dog. I was listening to my man today. I think he was talking, and he said a good point, dog. He was like, yo, bum motherfuckers, fucking talk about bum shit and fucking do bum shit, listen to bum music and fucking fuck with bum bitches and fucking do bummy shit, dog, and they don't never fucking come out of that shit, dog. And it's true, dog. Like it's like your mindset is about your character fucking envelops you, dog. It propels you towards that shit, dog. Like your vibration, it's just bringing the shit into your fucking surroundings. You're always talking about negative shit. You're always talking about cops. You're always talking about this. You're gonna be surrounded by that shit all the time. You're gonna be surrounded about beef because you're always worried about some other motherfucker. Like you're always sweating what the next motherfucker's doing. You're always worried about, like, it's like you perpetuating that shit by bringing it into your fucking cipher with your brain, dog. Like I don't know. I don't know how else to put it, dog. Like I be going on tangents about this shit because it's like, how can I be the? I feel weird even being the only motherfucker that's like, dog. Can I be the only person that notices these motherfuckers is fucking retarded, bro?
Straight up.
Trust me, bro. It's like that. I grew up in the project, so I seen everybody just do what you would literally think people in the projects do. From the 12-year-olds all the way up to and 80-year-olds, or not even that, yeah, 80, 70-year-olds, just doing exactly, taking advantage of situations, um, being comfortable with just a certain amount of quality of living. Like, as long as I can maintain this quality of living, I'm all right for the rest of my life. And then it's all this sadness that go into it, like guilt, like a guilty kind of sadness. Like you said, it's self-imposed, and like that guilt gets so strong because then I'm just going down all the factors, because then you start getting into the religion or the culture that promote other people to still go on the corner and sell drugs, or if somebody gets you, you got to get them like right then and there, like this quick reaction stuff with no
Straight to
real
jail.
second thought.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, it's like the savage people try and tap into their
your dumbass
savageness,
parents.
but they don't understand that savageness is not the only inner thing that exists inside of them. Like, yeah, I found my innerness. It's savage. Like, yeah, some other things in there too.
Right?
And
A whole bunch of shit.
and that's what psychedelics really help with a lot of people out with, is kicking that seeing what's around the corner. Just seeing what's around the corner, and it's a whole new neighborhood. And you're like, wow, it's different kind of folks around here. Like, let me see what's going on. I kind of like it. But you never know until you, like, go around the corner. People stay in their hood all their life. Like, I grew up in Philly where they had north, south, and west. It wasn't even an East Philly, because East Philly was Center City. But,
Yeah, I grew up right there on the other side of the bridge next to Rutgers University in Camden. I grew
oh
up right there
yeah,
in
Camden just as bad. Well, like, just in the same
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you understand. That's how they get down. You can be from around the
I was in
corner.
East Camden. Yeah, I was in East Camden and I stayed in North Camden all the time. My aunts and everybody lived out there, North Camden and shit. Like I have family all over Camden and Cherry Hill and fucking and all places. You know what I'm saying? Different parts of Camden and shit. But yeah, man, Camden's out of pocket, man. But yeah, coming out here to Boston and to Worcester and all these places out here and shit, man, it's like it's bugged out here, man. It's a different type of grimy because it's like everybody knows everybody, dog. So it's like the grimy level of motherfuckers is like this motherfucker gotta be grimy to do shit to motherfuckers do some grimy shit that is like that motherfucker. Like I don't even know, man.
Yeah, that's how it is where I'm from. Everybody know each other, so the level of dirt, it's always a personal dirt. It's always personal. Like nigga, you know my aunt's boyfriend's cousin, and we done smoked and kicked it. I done put you on. It's like, damn, nigga, I know you from the whole family tree now. Oh, shit. It always be the homies. It's always the same story, and that's what you're gonna find in the what motherfuckers call the suburb, the trailer park. It's the same everywhere. You got ignorant motherfuckers raising a bunch of little ignorant motherfuckers who's gonna grow up to be ignorant motherfuckers, and it's just gonna keep going. And then when motherfuckers like us tap in, we automatically become somewhat like black. It's like, all right,
we got a remix
to the in crowd. To the in crowd, the out crowd is the out crowd, and to the out crowd, the in crowd is an out crowd. It's, y'all motherfuckers just look retarded both ways. Straight up. We speak on shit that people don't want to speak about because then it takes intelligence or insight and perspective. People don't know about that shit. People have self-belief.
Dog, like people, all they have is regurgitation, dog. They
that's what I'm...
Like they still running through the simulation. Because I think about this sometimes too. Is everybody around us on the same, well, as they say, on the same type time? Like literally, like, or was they being run through the simulation? Like, just imagining all of this, like less times or something like that. So I don't know. It's like with psychedelics, how it seemed like we realizing a bunch of our lifetimes and stuff like that. So it's like we get a jump start.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just I'm mind blown by it, dog. I'm just gonna keep going deeper and diving and just keep doing what I said. It's been working out for me 100% because I kept you. How about this? You ever took shrooms and they gave you a task that you had to do?
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, next time you go in shrooms, what happens?
It's like, come on.
Yeah,
It's like grandma.
they give you dog. They give you like a task, and if you don't do it, you don't accomplish it. It feels like you can't even go in on the shrooms. Like I've been to a point that I was like, yo, dog, like I got shrooms on deck, and I'll go and I didn't finish doing what I was supposed to do, and didn't and it's like I go to take the shrooms and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take them anyways. And when I go to touch them and take them, it's like I can't. I'm like, and in my mind, all I keep is a fucking replay of what I was gonna do, what I was supposed to do, what I was supposed to do.
Yo, same here.
I'm already in the fucking. I'm already going into psychosis, dog. I can't even take these shit, dog.
I'll be saying the same thing, and I'll be saying I'm creating that whole reality now just because I worried about it. And I'll be saying, man, all of this is distracting me purposely from me taking the shrooms. I already know it, so let me just go on and go through with this.
Yeah.
It'd be the exact thing like it's like you see in the mission on your game. Like you can play you can just go about GTA just running around, or you can like when you see the mission when it pop up for you to do, like it's floating in the air and stuff like the instructions and stuff. So it's like we getting that floating in the air instructions for what we doing in our lifetime or what we chose to set out for ourselves in this lifetime. However we put the spin on it.
Yo, it's crazy that this too also, like, you know how you drop like Bruce Lee says, you drop a rock into water and it makes ripples, and as the ripples go out, they all touch the edge and they make vibrations of the same way. You feel me? Like, so I feel like if you ask the shrooms for something and you tell them, oh, I'll do this if you do that, and they do it, you have to do what you said you was gonna do, dog, because it'll nag the shit out of you, bro. So it's like it's crazy because it's only been like 3 years hard that I was like my first time when I took the shrooms, I basically, yo, dog, it's been 3 years I've been doing it, but it was only condensed into 1 year. I took like a whole 8-year college course of how to grow shrooms and what to do with shrooms and what the fuck the ups and downs from shrooms before and I told the shrooms when I took them, I was like, dude, you either, because I listened to mad Terrence McKenna, I watched a whole bunch, I did mad research, I'm not a dummy, I didn't come to this like a fucking bubblehead. You know what I'm saying? I came to this with some fucking intelligence, dog, and I was like, I'm not a fucking scholar. I'm from the hood, dog, but I'm not a dumbass motherfucker. And fucking, so I came to this shit, and I was like, you know what? When I took it, I was like, I thought about these people and what I listened to and what they said, and I was like, I told the shrooms for the first time I ever asked anything like that, dog, because I know, like, I was like, yo, how about if you guys give me the downloads to grow you or to learn how to make you happen, then I'll give you to people. You know what I'm saying? That are supposed to give you to, and I'll set you free too in the wild, and I'll continue to grow you. Like I'll have, like, you know what I'm saying? And fucking so I said specifically to give me the download or to allow me to retain the information that I need and not forget it, because I forget a lot of shit, dog. You feel me? My mind is all over the place. I forget all kind of shit, dog. So it's like it allowed me to retain this shit, dog, and build upon it. And now it's like, dude, I'm already, like, I could instantly, you know what I'm saying, download fucking whatever I need about these shrooms on moment. Like I something will bother me and I'll just all of a sudden get up and go do something that I'm supposed to do for the shrooms, because it's like I already know what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's crazy, bro. So
yeah,
right now I got everything turning white right now. White on white on white.
That's how I feel, because they want you to they be making me want to take care of my body and stuff too, like physically, and like making sure I'm taking part in activities. Like what I brought up about the AI and stuff like that, that was just inspiration that popped, like as they say, inspiration that popped in my vision when I was looking up on the computer for just animation purposes. And then I just kept getting all these thoughts about AI, and I was like, let me Google something. And then I was seeing like the $10,000 computers, or even with the kind of computer I kind of got, and how you can like how people working with it, and then more YouTube videos started pouring my way and stuff like, and more articles that was never coming up before, and I was like, yo, this is, hey, go out there. I was like, hey, this is all on point. Everything always adding up.
Yeah, synchronicities again.
Yeah.
It's just out of control.
I bet that's my kid coming in, scrunching her face up.
It's the synchronicities are beyond like how much they're too much online. Like they be on point, like right there, like right in line. It's like it doesn't even matter what I do though. It seems like stupid. It makes you want to look around behind you, like, what the fuck? Am I really on the Truman Show, dog?
Yeah.
Like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll be talking about something, you just have an epiphany that you've never thought of. Like, ooh, like a point will come out, and then you go watch Netflix, and it'll be in the fucking TV show or in a movie. Like,
yep.
what the fuck?
Every time it come up, I laugh now. I'll be like, oh, all right, cool. I said, thanks. I be thanking it. I be saying, I be interacting with it on a whole level where if you was to film me, you can just write a script and you got a movie. Like, what is going on with this guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's crackers. Yeah, he lost
it. He's bungers. He lost it sometime. I was like, and then you see me saying, look into the camera. No, I'm just tapped in. Look behind yourself.
Yo, how many times have we said this about people with schizophrenia and shit like that? These motherfuckers are tapped in, dog. They tapped into the Kundalini all day, all day, every day.
I told you, my
it's like if, you know how some people have their body doesn't have the governor chip for certain thing like hormonal. Like some people gain weight because their glands doesn't have a brake system on it, and you're just gaining weight, or you're getting skinny. Or whatever the fuck. Because,
all about your neurochemistry and your chemistry in your body.
Yeah, it's basically something governing that shit from happening or not happening. And the people who are schizophrenic are tapped into that shit. It's like the Kundalini on some other shit, or something that is making their mind way out. And the people with autism, all of that stuff, they're like on another level, dog, tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many levels to the shrooms. You could take the shrooms on a level that you don't even feel no visuals, no nothing, but you're all the way tapped in on some autistic shit. Like your brain is functioning on a high level, like you're crisp, like you're doing that, like you see better. You're fucking like you're functioning on a like you know, doing multitasking on another level, dog, like efficiently, like doing everything perfect.
No, that's how it is. That's how it been for me. And I was thinking yesterday when I was signing up for the classes I was telling you about, I was saying I want to take a little bit of mushroom every time I go into the class. And every time I'm watching these tutorials and I'm doing my work and stuff, I'm just sitting there and I'm on a little bit, and my mind is able to take it in more. Like, it's not distracted, it's not worried about nothing. But on top of that, it's able to grasp the concepts and put them together like a kid learning a language. Like, it's not particularly hard for them to learn the language because it's the first thing they learning. They just got to learn it. Like, you
have you ever tried to speak? Have you ever tried to speak when you're tripping hard and you're babbling, like, and you laugh because your brain is crisp? Your brain, you know what you're saying in your mind, like you're talking to yourself in your mind, and everything's crisp. But you try to use your mouth, and it's like,
I don't even try. I don't even try to talk in those. I already know what's going on. I just be so I'm just somewhere else right now.
Yeah, dog, like I try to say out loud, like, this is bad, disrespectful, and it comes out like, and I just start laughing, like, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm thinking now when I did shrooms with the one guy, we was eating the bag. I was like that. Everything I was looking at was just straight satire, and my thoughts was just somewhere else so much that even my own words was too funny. My own thoughts was too funny and out there for me to even try to say out of my own mouth. It was like, who are you? Like, who is saying this? What is thinking? Like, look at the TV. Look at the and just start dying. Cheeks was hurting that day. On my face.
Yeah. Just keep laughing and laughing, man. Oh my goodness. I was dying doing that. Like, it's just, I try to talk to myself because, yo, listen, I laid down on the floor. I put Christmas lights on everything. And then I put glow sticks on the fan. And then I put one of those laser light things that make everything look like stars.
Oh, you got one of those.
Yeah, and so I put that, and I put all that shit, and when the fan turned on, that shit looked like a UFO, and it was a crisp circle. There was no break in it, and then then it started changing, and I started seeing a break in it, and it looked exactly like the Simon Says game. You know Simon Says?
Yeah, when you gotta press the colors.
Yeah, that's what it turned into. And I was looking at it, and it was like, oh shit, this just turned into a Simon Says game. And it was like, because I put different color glow sticks up there, but they blended into, like, at first it just blended into one color, and it was solid. And then after, like, the trip was going heavier, they broke up, and they had black between it, and it turned into like the Simon Says game. And I'm looking at that shit, and I'm like, Joe, this is mad disrespect. No, I said something, and my mouth was like, and I just started laughing. And I pulled out my phone, like, fuck it, I'm gonna record this. So when I pulled out my phone, and it was hard for me to fucking pull out my phone and fuck with my camera. The phone, first of all, was blindingly bright, like so blind, like I was like, oh my god, the phone was crazy. So I had to fumble with the phone, get to the camera, boom, the camera turned on, so now it was dark. You know how the camera's dark when you're in the dark. So the camera was dark screen. I was safe. I pointed it at the damn fan, and that shit was doing something totally different in the camera, and totally different from what I was seeing with my eyeballs. And I'm recording it, and I was like, "Yo, this is mad." I tried to say, "Yo, this is mad disrespectful," and I was just like saying some fucked up shit, and I started laughing again. But yeah, man, it's so crazy how our mind and our body are always at odds. Like our mind is a higher, like the meat suit is animalistic, dog. Like the mind could detach from the body, and the body will go into autopilot, dog. You feel me?
Yo, it's this study I mentioned before I have found where they was testing somebody in their epilepsy and everything, and they split their brain down the middle, and like so that it was just the left and the right brain. And then they was talking about how the left brain, I couldn't be getting this confused, how the left brain had the language and the right brain didn't. So when something was happening to the when they sent the electrical signal to the brain, the person had scratched their arm, and they didn't so then and they didn't really recognize it because they couldn't really talk about it because their brain was separated. So then when they put it back together somehow, I don't know how they did this. When they put it back together, they asked, like, why did you itch your arm? Like, why did you scratch your arm? And they said, because I felt like I had an itch. And it was like his brain told him that whole story when all that really happened was that electrical pulse was sent to his head in a certain way. And it made him think that.
That's also in that book. That's in God's Man of War too. Sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
they
cool.
talk about all the stuff. It's crazy.
It's going to be in the Thai book.
Go ahead, Ozo.
But no, I'm going to check that out because I got one free audio book credit on audio.
Yo, I was saying that you know, like I wanted y'all to try this, right? Like I've realized, like, from this is strange too, like, dude, this is from before psychedelics too, for some reason, but it's more pronounced and more profound now after psychedelics, that I noticed that when I'm sleeping on one side, because I could only sleep on my sides, like on my right side or on my left side, and I rotate from right side to left side. And in that process of doing that all the time, every night sleeping, I've noticed that dream, when you sleep I sleep on my right side, the dreams, I don't know which side it is. I'm just saying for an example. I don't care which side it is. But I'll be sleeping on my right side, for example, and I'll be having a dream that's like kind of one of those that make you sweat and like you're going through shit, like you're doing stuff. And I'll wake up and I'll switch sides to the other side, and I can feel the blood flowing to the other side of the brain and everything evening out, and then the dream itself changes because I'm using a different side of my brain to process the dream. And the dream comes from a different perspective, like some crazy shit, dog. And I think, I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel, and the more I think about it, it's like, I don't know if it's a placebo or what the fuck is happening though, but I've noticed that you could switch sides and you could switch the dream from like a negative to something easier to deal with just by switching it.
I was like, placebo is real. Like whatever we think
Yeah.
is happening is what's happening. Like I was just envisioning those dreams being inside of your container, and then like you was shifting that whole world around when you shifted the container, and it like shifted the reality inside of there, like night to day. Like your body was the
just
night,
the blood
was
flow,
the
just
sun and the
everything,
moon.
just the blood flow and everything. When you switch sides, I felt like it was like I don't know, like somehow my brain was using the other side because I was putting more pressure on it and more weight, and my body was shifted and it just switched to another part. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know if that's real or not, but I felt it. I've literally felt it happen, like while it's happening. Like oh shit, this is happening. And you know what? Another reason why I made the connection one day because I had a stuffy nose. This was like about months ago. Like one time I had a stuffy nose. This was in the winter or whatever. And when I switched sides, I felt the pressure from the sinuses shifting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it shifts from one nostril, like you can't breathe from one nostril, and then you lay down the opposite direction,
Yeah,
and the nostril
I got
shifts
allergies.
to the other nostril. Yeah, now and you could be like 2 hours, you can't breathe out of one nostril, and then you lay down on the opposite side of on the opposite nostril, and that shit will shift to the other nostril.
It switches.
Yeah. So as that shit was happening, as it was switching, I was going through some shit that felt the shift happening in my nostrils with the balance and the equilibrium and all that shit, also transforming the dream state and the blood flow in the brain, and it made a connection that I was like, what the fuck? You could switch, you could control your dreams by just switching, by rolling over to the other side, dog.
Yeah, and there's dream and sleep yoga.
No, let us hear it. How do you do that?
Yeah.
I just posted it in the general. It was sent to me by
I wouldn't be able to control.
It's crazy. They make you wake up every like 2 hours or something. 2.5 hours.
I wouldn't be able to control it. Like when I go into, I don't try to.
But they say males are supposed to sleep on the right side and females are supposed to sleep on the left side to dream.
What?
But maybe that's just accessing those parts what you're talking about, because one of the first divisions is that, polarity, north, south, east, west, up, down, male, female, right, wrong.
That's an ancient belief too. My bad. I'm listening. I'm just talking my bad.
You're good.
You know what? You know what's crazy though? Is like
ancient.
This is what is crazy too, King Oz, all y'all. Like I felt like on one side it was more of a darker experience, like darker as in like you gotta fight shit, and I don't give a fuck about fighting or none of that shit. But it was like a darker, more sweat building, like hopping fences, like getting chased, like you got a warrant, you're hiding, you're fucking jumping out of windows, you're fucking hopping another fence, you're getting chased by a dog. Like it keeps going, like those kind of dream dog where you just antagonized through the whole dream. I felt like when you switch to the other side, it becomes more of a peaceful, and it's like, but and I also said that I don't really care which one, because I enjoy both, whether they're fucking suspense, like keep me fucking my heart pumping, or if it's just, it doesn't matter to me, dog. Like I don't see a difference. You feel me? Like some people are like, no, I just want to stay away from. I just want to sleep on my left side. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know how that would work. I think that you need the balance of going through both, and you have to be able to step to the plate of everything. Because the more you hide from shit, when you do have an experience, dog, it's gonna be all
pop right out.
Better, yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. We're all warriors, though. It's up to us to step up to the plate and to cultivate our own minds. And it's not about being a warrior all the time either. It's just about cultivating your mind. Because not only do you have to have just to be a warrior, like you can't be a dumbass. Like you got to be intelligent. And just to be a fucking farmer, you can't be a dumbass. You got to be intelligent. So no matter what part or where you fit, what cog you are in the fucking village, dog, you still have to, enlighten yourself, and you still have to cultivate your mind, no matter what you do. You feel me?
No matter what you do.
No matter what you do, you know what I mean? You got no free ride here, dog. Oh, I'm not a warrior. No, I'm all set. I'm a bitch ass. I'm a pussy. I'm gonna fucking fall back. Some people admit it and they don't care. Some people be like, no, I'm not scared. I just don't like that shit. No, I just don't. I got fears. I can't.
You can tell a barrier. You can tell a barrier just by listening to people nowadays, can't you? Like,
absolutely,
that's where you stop at.
Absolutely.
And it's right in the words.
I'm saying, you can tell by what they be talking about. They talk about the same shit. They stuck in one spot. They stuck at one level. They stuck on one thing. Like those over start earth. Absolutely.
Even when they try and kick game, you can see where it ends.
Yeah, dog. You can see them making their point develop. You can see their point developing in their head, and they're over here trying to beat around the bush. Like, dog, I get to the point.
Well, I like what
Get to
you
the
said.
shit already.
Cultivate includes an active participation.
Absolutely, bro. It's not for free, bro. You gotta cultivate and you gotta build on something. Yo, people who like a certain thing, they'll look all up into that and find out everything there is to know about it and do everything they need to do to get that done. But then there's other things that they want to hand out. They want somebody else to do it for them. They want the bills paid for them. They want another entity to help them and do some. Like they got no. You know what I mean? Like you actually got to do this shit, dog. You got to cultivate this shit yourself and figure out ways. Like I go find anything I need to find about shrooms all over the online, everywhere. Look at everything. Don't believe everything I see. Looking for more information. Keep looking. Put it all together. See what pans out. What everything lines up. What everybody's lining up. Okay, this is all. Like you know what I mean? And try shit myself and then figure it out. Like it's just like you got to definitely build. And I think these shrooms cut all that shit out. I'm just talking about the flesh. It's about me using my eyeballs and fucking finding, cultivating this part of me. But the other side of the mind, dog, cultivating your dream state and the dream time and the fucking the Merkaba and the fucking the astral form and the spirit and whatever the fuck else you want to call this shit, dog. You gotta definitely cultivate that shit yourself, dog, by going with the flow and going through trials and tribulations, dog, and going through different things, dog, and tests and you know death and life and experience things from all levels, dog. Love on different levels, fear on different levels. If there's even fear, like learn how to deal with it, learn how to approach it, learn how to step to it, learn how to kick it out your way, dog, and fucking learn how to do all these other things. These are little steps that are cultivated. You might be shook diggity at first, but you gotta learn how to slowly build and step to these things and see these things and get used to them. And Kalindi himself said that he had trouble with the mantis beings. Like he has a heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Hey, what happened? You still there? I think that's me.
They took them out. You can't talk about them on Thai. Just Thai show.
I'm still, my mom just stopped by, but I'm listening in. I'll be right back, John.
All right. Oh yeah.
No, I noticed that sometimes when certain information's coming out, you get certain vibrational disturbances or distortions that interfere with the transmission.
Yo, sometimes before I try to do a show, that be happening. Or when I think about it, I'll be like, and I have this idea that I'm going into it with. That's why I just be coming with no ideas sometimes. Like I'm blank.
Right. You can't track me. I got no traction.
Yeah. Because it will not work. Because right now, this laptop that I've been working on, it take 30 minutes for it to boot up. And you got to like click it once or twice so the screen don't cut off so that it can continue the boot sequence without just cutting off. Like once the screen is off, it won't cut back on for some reason. So, so I just be going through so much.
Stand on one leg. You got to turn around 3 times.
Mm-hmm. I said, I'm still working with you, buddy. I'm still working with you. It's time to upgrade. But I was thinking about the consciousness of the computer and stuff just now. Like how we name computers things.
I don't even know what you heard. I just blanked out. What you heard me say?
Oh wow, you said the mantis.
Oh, that's it? That's all you heard me say about the mantis?
Yep.
Yeah, we just heard you talk about the mantis, then you got cut off because you're not allowed to talk about it online, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, I said the mantis because Terrence talks about the mantis that his brother seen it working on someone else, that they were trying to do a throat chant, and that he seen the 9 foot tall mantis being working on his throat chakras to align them so that he could get the vibration correct. And some people see that differently. Some people is troubled by the mantis being. Some people are embraced by it. Other people. So it's like all of us are different. So we're at different levels, and we have to fucking approach it and slowly
sure.
we slowly all get to the same point though. Like we all get like little by little, you get enlightened to the point that you're like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just a mantis being. You see it as just an outside entity and it's not there to harm you, or you see yourself as whatever. He can't really hurt me. You eventually get over it. You feel me? And you just keep moving, pushing past these fears and these things, and you come out the other side of this as a different person. Some people have their first trip and get so scared they don't want to go back and visit that shit again. But promises are that if you keep going back, you'll be able to push past those things and see them as a joke. Like, why was I fucking even feeling that way? Like, really?
Yo, bro,
like,
I saw a mantis kind of being in my dream before. I was talking about it on the show. And at the end of the dream, I was running from it, like how you said, because I was like, yo, what is this? And then once I woke up from the dream, I was like, why was I even running from it? Like, what? It wasn't even that scary. Like, it just looked different. It just, like, had different features. And I just saw a praying mantis in my little garden, vegetable garden outside yesterday. I was paying good attention to it. I was like, yo, it was really, really tiny. I never seen one that small. Probably was just a baby or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say praying mantis never ate mushrooms, just like bees don't? Bees go to eat mushrooms in certain parts of the country or for certain reasons, or they eat the enzymes from them.
Yep, absolutely. The sugars and the enzymes help them fight infection and disease and all that shit, keep them healthy, and inoculates them with healthy fucking shit to keep them alive.
So like way back in the day when there were these giant trees and everything was huge, there was a lot more oxygen in the air, everything was bigger, leaves were bigger. There were these huge fucking praying mantis walking around eating these huge psilocybin mushrooms.
Wow.
And now they're permanently in prey mode.
and some of them help. There's not. It's a free will environment. So we were talking about why do things happen? Why is this person ignorant in our sense? Well, in our first thought that comes to mind are we spotless? Is our history spotless? And the second thought that comes to mind is like, would I want everybody to be like me? Like, is that actually possible?
No. Nah, I want everybody.
You could have a world of 10,000.
You know how we all have trips, right? Like, and our trips are similar, but they're also like individual. Like we see them from like we need the freedom to be able to express ourselves and be independent and free of the fucking chains of the fucking of the imprinting and shit. And every time you talk to somebody and they feel like they're so programmed, it's like, sheesh, like they don't even got their own fucking idea. That's like, dude, have a trip report, something that came out of your brain, like something different. Tell me something that you're breaking your mind on, trying to put the puzzle pieces together and shit like that, because it's something that breaks from the treadmill of society, dog, like of the shit that they got you locked into, of your parents and your people you grew up with, and past relationships and all this other shit is like baggage and shit that it's like, dude, like really, like what the fuck, dog? It's like you gotta let go of all that shit, dog, and start thinking for yourself, bro, and start thinking outside the box and turn around, look at your own flaws and your own issues. Like, I definitely feel like we definitely have to, that's why I like cultivating my own self and seeing myself from certain things and try to work on those things, little by little, man. But that's why it was dope having y'all here and shit and talking to y'all motherfuckers. Who the fuck else am I going to talk to?
Yo,
exactly.
It's like we had to create each other, or however that goes, so that we can get it out and then keep going.
We've probably done it by ourselves before. And society, you talk about breaking the shackles of society, you're breaking the culture norms, Sometimes we don't have words to explain, words are shackles. So you go to the formless, you go to the place that is one, and then you try to bring it back to this everyday life, but it's actually happening at the same time. There is no going and coming. Like, so that delineation, that distinction, that distortion, the place where the mind is at twice, it's actually not, there is only one mind, right? And talking to these other people, there is no other people.
No.
It's just all you. Like, I'm just talking to myself right now.
Uh-huh. You talking truth, bro, because that's what makes it. And when you talked about also, like, what's the things that's difficult, that struggle with, that make you push through, that's one of the difficult things about me doing this show. I'd be like, who am I talking to? I'm just so used to, and I remember thoughts going in my head saying, to you, well, I remember saying, well, maybe since me and True and stuff is so used to already talking about this stuff, that once we go far, we will already have that engine going that we can still talk about it and stuff like that. So like since we started in the beginning, now some people never talk about it. Then they go so far, and then they just like, what am I even talking for? Like I'm only talking to myself. Like what are you talking? What? So
Yeah. That's what Kalindi says. It's the journey of the alone into the alone.
Mm-hmm. All the things. That's the warrior that I had to bring out in me in order to come to terms with all of that stuff and still enjoy what's going on. Cause that was with the Truman experience came a sense of nihilism where I was like, well,
Right.
nothing matters. Like, and I remember telling my another voice in my head saying, I don't want to be a nihilist. I don't want to be that. And then reality just kept creating itself slowly. Even though I was still back observing, just like, oh, all of this is going on right now.
So what
Just
changed?
breathing.
Did something matter when you thought nothing mattered? And does nothing matter when you think that things matter?
I think it's only when you really want to put the pressure on it. It's all up to you. You make it up. Make it up as you go. Like, because things that don't matter to you, you really don't do.
Yeah, I don't think there's just one way.
Yeah.
We talk like that. Is it this way or this way? Is it this way or this way? And you got to decide. Oh, actually, there's probably a third or fourth.
It's just something that happens, and then we have a perspective about it. That's why, like, all this is like, seem like it's all memory that we in or something, like something that's a program that's been ran through a bunch of times, and now we just like we said, when we get a glimpse that we actually from the future or outside of this time space period, and then we getting a glimpse of something that was going on during a certain period or during. I don't even know how to make that up because all of it still sound like silly human stuff, like during certain period of time. Like you just said, time don't exist, but yet we in it. Well, seem to be in it. Like I don't even like talking words like that because then I'll be looking at myself and I'll be like, well, what do you mean seem like you in it? You just like, what voice are you going with? Like, well, but it really is like the paradox that we live in, and that's what the mushrooms be having me deal with on a everyday basis. Like I feel like when I walk into my house that it's a flat cardboard, but when I look at it, it comes alive. And then I walk into my house and then it just opens up into the reality that I'm looking at.
Procedural generation.
Yeah. And I'd be like, man, that sky fake as shit.
Procedural generated everything.
I said, but it's cool though. I like it. I like how it looks. It's nice.
We get confused and think that bad feelings are bad for us, so we run from them and hide from them, or try to affirm them out of us. But that's not the truth. The truth is that the bad things are the gifts. They're teachers. This is where we learn. This is where we heal. And Earth is the opposite. Earth is dark. It is the revert. And if we use this to our advantage and see the dark, we will see the light in the dark. See the opposite. For in the opposite, you will see the reflection. And the reverse is the front or the outside. And knowing this, you see the reflections for what they are. And it's all like a return home. That's why we see endings and beginnings, and these things kind of seem separate, in my opinion.
It's really all just the same. That's how they used to put it in the that Bible and stuff, when they used to say the Alpha and Omega is just the one God, is just the one thing, like the beginning and the end. It's all just wrapped around one consciousness.
They ain't ready.
That was in that music video by Killer Priest. Did you listen to that?
No.
Yeah,
It's 56 seconds. The creation. I forget which one. I will go back to the
yeah.
Discord and find it. I tagged you in it though, Ozo.
Yeah, that
He's
shit
like,
was
you ain't ready.
Yo, it's funny you brought up rap music because I was thinking about how people that grow up in the hood or like tap into that energy at least through music, how they able to see like what people call dark and stuff like on this level of reality. How what people usually call dark, it's a light to it, but it's like you gotta really see it in that kind of way. Like you gotta really dive into it to see what's really going on. And then if you
Yeah.
really dive deeper into that, you can really, really see what's going on and then change some things around. But like you know how certain behaviors is called sin or demonized and stuff like that. When really it's something that's beneficial for the moment or something that was
yeah.
allowing
They
you to
call
see
things
something in
sin,
that
like
moment.
people like being sensual and shit like that. Like if you're tripping and or people on the MDMA, like somebody was telling me the other day, and everybody's like, everybody's on the same bed and everybody's like, what I'm saying, like being over friendly, like what I mean. It looks to other people be like, oh, you guys are being here having a fucking orgy and this is some fucking demon shit or this is some fucking what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what I'm saying? And it's like,
Uh-huh.
nah, nobody's even thinking about that shit, bro. Like, people are thinking about energy and fucking sharing energy with each other. Like, nobody's fucking over here thinking no fuck shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's like it's crazy, like how people see that. You know what I mean? And it's like we have to fucking deal with that. Fucking, it's like a culture, bro. Like it's culture shock. So it's definitely culture related. We have to deal with as far as people in this perspective that we have now.
It is. That's what back in the day what Terrence used to talk about the archaic revival. He used to say that all the
Mm-hmm.
time. How people come in
Mm-hmm.
contact with different emotions and feelings and ways of operating life. That's why everything
Mm-hmm.
going crazy now. When they be like, who's running the LGBTQ? Like, who's their leader? Like, it's no single person. It's like, it's no single person. It's just a bunch of ideas, like, manifesting in reality. That's how I be looking at it. Like, saying,
Yeah.
oh, I exist too. I exist like this. I exist like this. Or I so called exist like this. It's all still an illusion. Well, you know what I mean? Because I so called
Mm-hmm.
exist like this.
Mm-hmm.
With dreadlocks or with an L in my ear. Really, this L can be some kind of generator or some kind of like some kind of intelligence that's just in the form of this. And when I'm smoking it, it seems like I'm smoking it, heating it up, but I'm really doing something else in some other realm. Like it get
Yeah,
crazy
pretty
in my
much.
head.
Because you seen how people like my homeboy just told me today or yesterday. I was talking to him, and he was relating to me in Spanish how the trip report. He was giving me his trip report and how DB went and how everything was changing. His hands was getting hot. Heat was coming out of his hands. The phone was mad hot. He couldn't touch to hold the phone no more. He just had to
That's
put it
key.
down. Like different things were happening to him that he felt like he was flying when he was laying on his bed. He started floating away like fucking all kind of shit. And I'm like, yeah, and then oh shit, there was something you said that connected to that just now, and I just lost. Fucking, but yeah, man, these trips that we take, man, they're crazy, man. We just gotta embrace the moments and situations and shit, and come back and break bread on them, dissect them and shit, because that's when the real conversation starts. Because we shed culture, we shed fucking pre 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 like in school they teach you to have a fucking a question that has an answer already for it. Like there's no everything else is wrong unless you say this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like when we come back with our trip reports, it's like these things are all up for interpretation, dog. It's like it's raw information coming from a raw source. It's not regurgitation. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might sometimes it sounds like somebody saying a trip report that sounds so similar to yours because sometimes they hear you say something, but it's only the only thing sometimes they're really doing is probably getting a grip on words to use to express or to convey an image because they was getting the image of something that you said, and then when they seen it in their own image. Because it's like you read a book and you see things in a certain image. You even see the characters a certain way. You see events happen a certain way, and then when they make a movie of it, you're like, man, that motherfucker don't even look like the motherfucker I thought he was gonna look like.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like but we use the same words to describe it because they read the same book and the same script, but they described it differently. They portrayed it differently. They showed it differently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sees things in a different way. So it's like we gotta
You gotta
you
know
know,
it's
like instead
you gotta know it's you
we're
but
too
not you.
uniform. Hmm?
And so you gotta know it's you but not you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to know which one it is, you know. But we're too uniform. Like we regurgitate a lot as a society, not psychedelic trippers, but you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's dope when we come here and we talk because we do agree with each other with things we see and the experiences we had that we share, and it makes our vibe like mad high and shit like that. But at the same time, it's like, dude, how is this possible that you're dreaming the same dream that I'm dreaming and seeing the same shit that I'm seeing and experiencing this shit? And it's like nobody told you. Like it'd be sometimes I forget something from a trip and somebody say something like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck? I seen that shit too. Like what the fuck was that?" Like you know what I'm saying? Like weird shit. Like how is this possible, bro? Like coming from the organic internet. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's just proof positive that it's like we're really diving into a deep, bottomless well of information that's contained within the psychedelics. All the yoga, all the mantras, all the language, all the information, all sprouts from that shit, dog. It'll all happen in one night.
It really
That's
can.
just crazy.
And then you'll see why everybody invented all of the things that they did. Like all the meditations, trying to staying in caves for 2 weeks in darkness, and
Hmm.
then saying they seeing visions. I was even seeing reminded of deserts and why people were seeing hallucinations in the deserts and stuff, because it's the same thing everywhere you look in 360 degrees. Nothing is changing. Like your imagination has more of a play, like it can place more things and make things happen because the same repeating pattern all around you.
It's like our brain has a drive that says there's supposed to be more objects here, and it starts filling in the gap.
Yeah, it's not busy enough. Like,
Because they say we can't see 360. We can't see like when you're looking at your eyeballs right now. You don't have a fucking visor in your face. There's a gap there. There's one eyeballs on one side and there's a nose in between and an eyeball on the other side. But you don't see that shit. You just see a visor. So our eyeballs are filling in the blank of what's in between. Because when you close one eye and open the other eye, you see a jump, skip, jump. Because it's got a shift. Because it's that little gap that's in between that shift. Your eyes fill in that gap and making it look like a seamless. So that little gap is fake. So that means that when you're in a desert or somewhere and there's no gap, something fake could pop in. Oh shit.
it get like that. It get like that.
So
what y'all just
let me roll this little joint up, man. Go ahead, piano. Let us know something, man.
what y'all just said is referenced in the book of that I keep talking about, but what they are referencing is say for example, back in the day you had a VHS tape, like old Disney VHS tape, and the VHS tape is really just like 35 millimeter still images moving really fast, so it seems like seamless uh actions going on. Like if you watch The Lion King, it's like a cartoon, but it's really just going so fast and it looks like it's happening fast.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is like to program your subconscious, they can take one of those still frames and like sneak something in there, and you won't really notice it, but it went to your subconscious. So kind of like what y'all were just talking about, like sneaking shit in there. They could do that with our reality, like just literally just switch anything up and like I don't know. What Mr. also say that popped to my head, but I've just been like tapping in and out with everything, and I'm actually about to finish the book now, but I had to just tap in with y'all.
You ain't ready,
Yo.
bro. That's all you're saying. You ain't ready.
That happened on this level what they talk about the amygdala and stuff like that. And
Hey,
how
I
they say
can't
the
wait till
amygdala
Piano
really
Key.
respond to events. Even
Hey,
if you
listen, I
don't
can't
really
wait.
realize you saw something.
Yo, listen, I can't wait till Piano Key has a heavy dose dive with the shrooms, like deep dive, and then King Oz and that's about it. Like you know what I mean. Oh, and Booker too. I want to see Book take a deep dive on the shrooms, dog, because Book has deep experiences on low dives. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that although he thinks that just because his tolerance is like low, like he could take low dive and see be profound, and see all that shit, even though it is profound, I still think that his dives will be more profound if he goes in higher in doses and shit like that. And just go deeper. Fuck it. Let's see what, like, if you're already seeing profound shit on 5 grams, or not even, he be taking like 4. Like, your book has not even gone high in the dosages on the shrooms, and he's seen profound shit. So imagine what he'll see if he goes into 10, 15 grams. Like, it's ridiculous, dog. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Then I want to hear his perspective on it for ACO. Yeah, you can't. But I want to see his perspective on 4-ACO after he takes about 10, 15 grams of shrooms, and then say, yeah, yo, like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was similar because, 4-ACO does, the way he's saying this shit's happening to him is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried it, and it didn't do that to me, dog. It just made me feel like the beginning of shrooms, like nothing, no visuals, no nothing and shit. Like, I've seen a little visuals, like something, like, weird, like Atari, like weird, like it was like mad low budget, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But the shrooms, dog, on the other hand, like they're so bottomless because you could just, like, if you take more, it's a different trip. It's not like you take a certain amount of shrooms and you know what shrooms are about. Like, no, you don't know nothing yet because they keep changing as you go deeper, and as you up the dosage, the dosage transforms, the trip transform, everything just keeps changing, dog. Like, I don't know how to fucking explain that shit. Like, there is no stopping it when you get to the, yeah, like, there is no ending saying like, oh, I'm one with everything, and that's everything is one.
There's
like,
no
I feel like there is a point that you get to, oh, I'm one with everything and everything is one, but right behind that is something more and more and more of that, and keep going, and it's more, and it doesn't stop, dog. Like, it's no. And that's the fucking crazy part.
I know, because if it's one...
Well, it has to be. There has to be a source.
I just was thinking, if you're one with everything, then what's zero? It's a 1 and a 0. Mm-hmm. Or else it wouldn't be a need for 1. You get it?
Yeah. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
So it's still like a lot
silly,
going on
Ty.
after being 1.
You silly. Bro said, you get it?
Yeah.
Cause I seen something play out in my head. That's why I'm getting this animation stuff popping, and I'm trying to put it into words.
Yeah, the psychedelic movement.
I'm listening.
The psychedelic movement is now,
like there would be no end, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely, also.
Yeah, man. Now's the movement, family. Like, like this shit right now. Look at the way the vibes that the people in the community got when we talk to each other and shit like that. We be on some. You know what I mean? Those of us that tripped, you know what I'm saying? We on some shit with each other. We be vibing and shit on another level, dog. And fucking, putting it together is crazy, dog. Being able to have these experiences, dog, right here without having to travel, like only minimal travel, like within the United States and shit, instead of going to other countries and shit.
Yeah.
Having to deal with culture shock and all this other extra shit, and dealing with pirates and all these fucking, and dealing with, the fake shamans that be out there too. That. Sneaking in there, people be getting lucky finding good shamans and shit, but sometimes they be them sneaky ones just looking for Americans to give them some shit that's gonna not even be the, you know what I mean, like hard, but like not even give you the right ritual or nothing like that.
Yeah, you know what, ayahuasca now they give you lighter doses sometimes if you're a tourist.
So pretty much, because how many tourists out there acting a donkey and shit, acting a fool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's funny too that I said that, because a friend of mine told me that that she took ayahuasca and at first she went through stages, and then at one point she was a donkey because of all the mistakes she made, and then she got tired of being a fucking donkey. She was like, what the fuck? Like, she wanted to get out of the donkey life cycle. She's gonna have to come on and say it herself one of these days. She'll come on the show and
a
talk
donkey.
About it. Yeah, but she went through more than that. That's just a small clip of what the fuck she went through. She went through that shit. So yeah, the ayahuasca is serious, dog. On some other level, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Different things.
Yeah, I heard jaguars before, but not a donkey.
Yeah, jaguars they trip balls too. They trip balls on certain psychedelic plants that are in the jungle. So if a jaguar's tripping balls thinking he's a human, and the human's tripping balls thinking he's a jaguar, something there's happening.
Some Black Wolf type shit.
Yeah, they're crossing. They're switching meat suits and shit for a few minutes.
Straight up. They just I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't even call it switching. I just would just say they linked up. You feel me? They just linked up.
That's what you can do
it's a
when you
bio.
linked up.
It's a bio
Yes,
link.
sir.
It's a
Yes,
bio
sir.
link, dog. You know what I mean?
And just to touch on what
bio
you were
link.
saying about that rabbit hole, I don't think there would ever be an end or a beginning. As long as you are the main factor, it's gonna keep going. You the main factor through it all, so you ain't gonna find it into yourself. You can't. You could find yourself. I don't think you can find the end of yourself. Only in a human perspective. Maybe in a human perspective, nothing much past itself in the aspect of what I'm speaking.
The dopest thing is that you can make a new self today if you realize the shit that you need to change, dog. You just work on it.
Absolutely. Change man type shit.
Yeah, man. Cultivate your whole persona, your whole swag, your whole shit, everything, dog. Drop all the false bullshit and all the fucking learned shit, all the shit. Remember Book said one time he had a cousin that was older than him, that his whole swag, his whole Kango, his whole shit, he tried to fucking emulate that shit until one day he figured out, like, damn, I'm trying to be like this motherfucker without even noticing I'm trying to be like this motherfucker. It's like people can't realize that shit about their own homeboys and their own peoples and their own fuckery they grew up around, that they also are adding to the fuckery. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was trying to be,
because a lot of the times niggas ain't even aware of the fuck shit going on around them or that they're doing because it's so normal to their reality.
Yeah, like, whatever reality you tuned in.
When I was on fuck shit, I didn't know it was fuck shit immediately. It took later on in the process of reflecting on myself that I figured it out. But if you're born in fuck shit, taught fuck shit and shit, oh yeah, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
No home training. You don't got no motherfuckers. Don't got no example of how to treat a girl, how to have a. They don't got a mom and dad right there showing them. And if they do, the dad ain't even treating the moms like a queen. You know what I'm saying? Or the pop, like you know what I'm saying? We got motherfuckers in the hood that just beating bitches up and thinking that they own the bitch, thinking they own the bitch, or just using them and not even putting even no bread back on the table or nothing, dog. Just use and buy.
And it's a whole group of niggas behind them celebrating that type shit. Oh yeah, you know I got the bitch to let me use her car while she was at work. Yeah, you know I'm about to go pick up my other bitch and make these moves real quick, nigga. You know what it is. Fuckery. She love me though. Fuckery.
Just fuckery. Yeah.
And that goes back to ignorant ass parents raising ignorant little motherfuckers that's gonna grow up to raise other ignorant motherfuckers. What's up, handsome? I see you, buddy. Oh, you want a kiss? Hold on, my young man just woke.
See how he just said that too? Like it's like motherfuckers be doing that, but it's one thing, and it's like even if you put them on, like dog, fall back, like yo, relax, dog. What you doing? It's like they're looking at you with three heads, dog. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are so in that lifestyle that lifestyle is everything. They think all around the world is the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say built themselves up to a certain point where they like, no, this is what I was made myself to be. I knew I was something else. Now this is what it is.
And you got other little niggas like, all right, yeah, I'm about to do the same shit because I think that's cool too. And that's all I know. So now we just got a group of like little fuckers. Oh, you little fuckers. And it's the parents' fault. You can't get too mad at the little nigga. You gotta get mad at the influencer. The parents or lack of parents. And if it's one single parent, you still can't cut them too much, sorry. Because I was raised by a single mother. And even though I did fuck shit, I still knew, yo, some of this shit gonna break my mama heart. Some of this shit ain't cool. Some of this shit ain't right. So ain't no excuse. And nigga, if you think it's cool and you know deep down, you shouldn't be doing that stupid ass shit. But you got your whole circle and environment telling you it's okay. That's a motherfucker. For some people, that's a motherfucker. It's a lot of grown kid out here. You feel me?
Yeah, it's a bunch of grown kids. They just still got the same playground mentality.
They think it's okay. Yeah.
Got the bullies. Everybody got their own individual personalities that just collide and they don't understand each other. And it's like just a whole storybook that's just you can see in the movies. And it's like you can show people a movie of themselves and they'll just laugh and make fun of the movie. And then it's like you can see your whole life being played out.
And you got it. So I agree that everything's ozone. Just I just said, it's when you're aware from an outside view, looking at young niggas doing young nigga shit. You remember when you was a dumb nigga like that. And when and for the family out there, I'm encompassing all colors of people when I say nigga. I just talk like that. But anybody can relate back to when they was knucklehead. So you kind of understand what they're going through. And then you see some of your homies grew out of it, and you seen that some of your homies didn't. So you know better. But they ain't trying to hear. You know how you was when you was a young nigga. You ain't trying to hear that shit. Bruh, it's money out here. It's hoes out here. I got bottles. I got bitches, nigga. What? Come on, bro. You talking about getting my own job, work my own shit, nigga. I'm straight where I'm at. I'm good. Okay, young homie. I done been to jail a couple times, my nigga. Well, that's you, nigga. That's not me. Okay. And then what happens? They get caught up, or they grow out of it. Hopefully. Because I'm still a fuck nigga at heart. I still got fuck nigga tendencies. I'm not gonna play.
Just apply the different scenarios
for other people. You know, I could still slap the fire out of you, and then give you a book, You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's just understanding itself a little more. You know.
Hey, fam. Yo, listen, I'm about to be out, man. I appreciate y'all being here and shit, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the stories, Ozo.
Yeah, man, I like chopping. We've been on here for like 15 hours and shit. You feel me? It's like crazy because time goes by flying and we don't even notice and shit. You know what I mean?
We just touching down a bit. That's why.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm gonna give a shout out to She Speaks to Snakes and shit. She was listening in and I'm gonna fucking be out, y'all, and go do some things and handle stuff because I'm just up here acting a fool talking to y'all.
Say no more, bro.
Business, man.
Create some waves.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm trying to spread the love. You already know, man. Giving people, you know what I mean, their own little trip. I just want to.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be there with. I'm gonna be bringing y'all.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what I'm waiting on, man. For real. All right, man. Peace out, y'all.
Man.
All right, bro.
Peace.
All right, peace.
The great Ozo.
I know. I still
You got the all stars on here today. True gonna come on in a minute. Fuck y'all niggas doing out here. We got Nikita was here, Vanity's here, Shahar, UL gonna he's supposed to be coming on my next live stream and talking to the family.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I'll be there. And I'm gonna record it just in case it get deleted.
Straight up, you know he gonna delete it as soon. You know he AI, he gonna delete it all. Look, King, we can only live stream for exactly 3 minutes 27 seconds. Okay, that's when the Matrix kicks. That's UL though, man. I be getting paranoid. UL makes me paranoid. Like it could be any one of y'all. He could be any one of y'all on the left. Shit, I don't know who to.
I think about that kind of stuff, about being a face and stuff like that, and talking. That's why I was saying before. One of the things that I was having trouble with the show was like, man, who am I really talking to? Like, I like doing it. And I like feeling it and stuff like that, but I have thoughts but I have imaginations, as I would say, that is like beyond what I actually, well, not because I'm experiencing it as I see it. That's what's so cool about it. To realize about it, because if I realize it or not, I guess it's happening. But with showing my face and stuff, cause I was one. Because it'd be thoughts in the back of my head, and I'd be like, man, sometimes I'd be not going with it, and then other times I do go with it, but other times I'd be one to question, like, well, why? Or why is this repeating? Like, one of the thoughts was, I was talking to my stepdad. Well, it was my mom's boyfriend for like 6-7 years. My little brother dad. He was, and after a while, I stopped talking to him and stuff like that. after he had his accident and he like left the house. But then I recently started talking to him again. And he said, "Yeah, I want to help invest in your business. Like, you was always smart. Like, what you got going on? Like, just let me know. Like, I got some money or and stuff like that. I want you to like, cause he just was talking his talk." And then he was saying, I said, "Yo, check out the YouTube channel I got. Check out my YouTube channel." And he knew I had one. I was just bringing it up again. And he's like, "Man," he said, "I don't want to watch it, man." He said, he said something in the terms. He said, "I can't do the YouTube or something." He do watch YouTube because then he referred me to watch one. But he was saying, "Man, I want you to be behind the scenes. I want you to be like the I don't know what words he was using, but just behind the scenes. Like, I want you to be behind the scenes working everything." And I was like, "Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean." So I'm working. That's why I be thinking that soon I'm gonna get raptured up. And I'm recording my diary and all of this right now. I'm like, yeah, y'all remember that Psy guy? He used to always be in the public eye, and now he just, what's up with him nowadays? And then you just see my effects. Or you don't see my effects. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm just along for the journey. Just along for the journey. But that stopped me from taking psychedelics before. I was like, man, is it going to stop me from doing the things that I like? But then I had to say, what is the things that I like? Like, it's all like and dislike. It's all just some things. Yeah, just flow.
Right. Stop, can't nothing stop you, man. You too dope for that. Once you say a nigga can stop you or an obstacle can stop you, you done got stop.
Well, soon I'm gonna be an avatar, king, guys. I'm gonna be a 3D avatar.
Man, I'm trying to be a lizard on a weed tree. So I don't care what the fuck going on around me. Just put me on a weed tree.
I'm just thinking about it. I was thinking, so when I do shows and stuff, people gonna see me as an avatar walking around this whole 3D environment.
That'd be dope.
And I got this camera crew and stuff.
You could.
But really, I'm just sitting there, well, moving my body because I got a motion capture suit on. And I'm like, hey, today on the Psy TAi podcast, and when I have a guest come in, they get suited up too, and then we meet in the virtual room, and then it just everything keeps switching around us while we sitting at the table just having a conversation. The future, man.
To the future.
Yeah,
you just made it a reality, damn it. They're gonna figure out a way to stream it to YouTube too. It's always a YouTube button that you can press.
Like, let's stream this.
For real. Hey man, maybe the human physical people want to watch too. Let's do it. Click YouTube link, click your link, put it in. That'd be dope. That's what's coming. I mean, we ain't got shit else to do but create.
I know. Create in more different ways that was never seen, never thought of.
Imagine there's people just sitting around letting this time go to waste, experiencing it in a shitty way. I'm locked up. Okay. Okay.
A lot of people locked up.
Shit, I ain't got shit to do. Yeah. You got everything in the world to do. What are you talking about? You could learn how to sew a knit. I mean, you can learn how to write in Hebrew. I don't fucking know. You can do anything you want.
And I was even thinking, that's what YouTube is so cool for. Learn how to do anything.
On,
and even with the online courses now in the colleges offering that just free. You don't even gotta just do it on your own pace for free. Just one thing you want to learn. That's what I'm trying to do with the animation.
I literally went to Google the other day, and this is a real story, quick one. Like you said, you can go to Google and learn anything. You can go to YouTube and learn anything. I went to fucking YouTube. I didn't mean Google. I went to YouTube and figured out how to fix my dryer. Like, motherfucker, I felt like the man when I was done. I'm like, I can fix any dryer now. Fuck this. That's all you got. There's some bolts and screws, and you clean it out and you blow it out. No, we good. Let's do it. Cause you can learn anything.
You gotta think of it like this, Oz. Think of this picture. And back in the day, you needed an apprenticeship. Like, an apprenticeship was the best thing you can get. Like, even way back in the blacksmith's days and stuff, when they was crafting swords and things. You had to be right underneath the person, see how they make their mistakes, how they recover, they eccentric thoughts that they have, ideas that they have about the situation they doing. Like, I'm not just hitting the iron, I'm feeling like this, or this is the core of the earth, or it's like how they really feel involved in it. And now that we got YouTube videos, it's like we can pierce into those kind of feelings and realities like a lot faster. You just gotta really understand that, like how we talk about it, that what you seen on TV is really talking to you. Like, it's made for you.
I mean, it came from you.
Yeah, and it came from you.
The
hell? So
I don't think people get the severity of everything revolves around you. Like, I don't think a lot of people really get how literal that is. Like, oh no, that's that metaphysics.
They like that go too deep. That's too deep.
Right. No, that's a fact of life. Ask anybody who know anything about anything about themselves. They're gonna tell you the same thing. Everything revolves around you. Literally. And if you want to be an asshole, the world revolves around you. I mean, technically the sun does too. You know what I'm saying?
Phrases don't come from nowhere. All cliches are true, like in the respect that most people don't want to admit. This is simple. The truth is simple.
It's so simple, it's difficult.
And it's so simple you can make a rhyme and make it true, and it'll be true. That's what I used to say. Just because it rhyme don't make it true. Like, yes, it does.
Nah, I done made it true somewhere at some time.
Yeah.
Just now. Only thing is, I can't figure out where and when. That's the only argument y'all got me on. That's it. But I know I just created something by speaking it to exist. That's a fact of life. Where and when, you got me. I'm gonna tap into that later, though. But everything is about you. So if you want to blame others for your fuck shit and your shitty reality, you gotta blame yourself. When you're having a good life or whatever you want to call that normal shit, that's you too. I mean, when you see shit on TV, it came from you. How? Well, it came from what? Mind, right? It came from an experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we connected. So when I see clowns, it ain't the first time I seen a fuck. But now what I put on that clown makes it, it makes it my reality. So if you create a clown and the shit is up nice and happy and people love it, and then I see it and I'm scared shitless, you still did that to me. I still did that to me. I said, oh shit, this clown is scary as fuck. Or I said, oh shit, this clown is cool as whatever it is. You know,
it's all about your reality. That's why I say I love that I hung around so many different kinds of people to see that people actually, like a human being, can think like this, can think like that, can think like this, and I'm a human being too. So I'm capable of this, I'm capable of that, I'm capable of this, just like everything else that's a per human being. Like, what makes one human being different than another human being?
Nothing. And we could take it to the we could take that shit to the animalistic level.
Mm-hmm.
We build houses, they build caves and nests. We build skyscrapers. Them motherfuckers put some of them birds will put a lot of work into their nests that'll turn it'll look like a skyscraper or ant hills.
Oh, I've seen those. The bird nests.
So when we say we're the superior being and we're different, no, motherfucker, everything is the same thing, just on a different level. Micro, macro, whatever you call it. You feel what I'm talking about? So we want to fly. Because we seen that from a fucking bird.
Yeah.
Because now we can fly just like a bird. We're not no different. So we have communication. We talk English, Slack, Puerto Rican.
And it's wild how the bird.
So do animals.
And I was thinking to put on that about the birds. Like what was birds created for? Like the birds was created like depending on what perspective you in. Like from the human perspective, the bird was created for besides some foods and stuff, inspiration, like on different levels. For to actually build a flying machine, to keep on flying towards your goals and aspirations, to know that you'll be a bird and you'll be there one time and you'll be there another time. Like however the bird come off the
animal. You could do that through the whole animals. We learn stealth from lions and every fucking animal that hunt. You see what I'm saying? We learn how to camouflage because chameleons and different animals that blend in. We learn from nature. We learn from the outward, but it's us. We're superior in the comprehension level, maybe. But other than that, motherfuckers, you still don't get it. Everything is you. You still don't get it because you want to see the separation, that mental block, that ego holds us to be separate from everything else. You have to be just tired. I have. You see what I'm talking about? We don't have to be that, but we choose to be that.
I kind of like the way the wind goes through the trees.
Oh, no doubt. Animals are symbols. Yeah, absolutely. A444.
Oh, I see that. Or did the trees make the wind? It's like
right. And that's.
Well, I said goes through, like when the wind's like fluttering through the leaves. Like.
But that's it. Everything is everything, and everything revolves around you. It's okay to be stuck up. Just don't be egotistical, but kick it with your ego. And that's it. It's a nutshell. I just nutshell, so we can have a whole bunch of talk about on
it. And the cool thing that I like these ideas is going into trips. They really prepare you to not to like for your trip. Like us preparing in this trip of this life, like is really. I feel for my personal journey is I'm preparing myself for everything else that I'm doing. They're not preparing, but I like experience is on the way to experiencing all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same mentality that I hold here and finding out and forgetting things, or like saying, oh, that's important but not important. This is a fact but it's not a fact. Like that's all that loosey gooseness when you over there. It's like that's the reality. So it's like you can flow a little more or know who you are a little better, a little more without freaking out when you run across something like, oh, this who I am, or oh, this is like who I am in the form of I'm over here and I'm over there, or this thing is talking to me, or this shape, this color is just floating and seem like it's saying something but not in words.
Yeah, words don't just picture symbols like 844. That's what I be on, the symbol. That's language right there. Symbols are language. Man, it's a symbol. Man, it's language as well. I'm just talking to the chat.
I see it.
So, once you figure, a lot of the times you just got to figure yourself out, or just tap in with yourself. It'll help you understand that outward, aspects or situations and experiences here get you prepared, or at least give you sneak peeks of awareness for other realms. You take it to whatever realm you want. Get little aspects here. You start tapping into yourself a little more. It'll be easier to be aware. It's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
Hey, unless you want it to be.
Unless you say it is.
Straight up.
And then you be caught up in a nightmare.
Mentalism is a motherfucker. Understand that.
The whole thing is that's the whole game.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the whole game.
Now you know the game. See that prepared. See, just knowing and understanding is mentalism in itself. I'm not saying the only, and that's an aspect to prepare you for a lot of things right there alone. It's just that alone. All deals with the mind. Whatever you create is your reality, your emotion, your energy. You set the tone. If you allow others to set the tone, you can't really fault them for anything you disagree with, because you allowed it to be. Because you have that power to allow it to be or not. It's still on you, man. It's your biggest responsibility is yourself.
It's just how tapped are you into your own architecture.
Yeah, get to know yourself, man. It's okay.
Your own system.
It's okay.
System boot BIOS. Then you start changing things around. You start overclocking. Make things run at a higher speed.
And it's you. It's you. Why are you doing so much? Because I want to. Okay. Okay. You got it. You the boss. You the boss.
Right, King guys.
Yes, sir.
I just had the thought at 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 33 seconds when it was on there that I'm going to sign off in a bit.
No doubt. No doubt.
I'm getting really hungry.
Man. And
I just want to rest my mind and let it flow back out. Let it go.
Appreciate the live stream.
Thanks for coming by. And y'all gotta check out the beginning of the video too. For those that jumped in later, where King Guys and me was chatting it up in the video format.
Yes, sir.
So check out King Guys' channel on YouTube. More. The link is in the featured channels.
All right, man. I'm gonna sign out.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming by again. Appreciate it.
Peace, peace.
Yeah, peace.
Peace out, Exile. Yeah, shout outs to Exile for talking, bringing his knowledge to the experiences to the table. And everybody in the chat as well. We had Vanity, we had and Mystery Ozo, yeah, for coming by. He gonna come by more often. Piano Key, Niketa, Uel, Sahi, She Speaks to Snakes. And peace out, African 202102. Thank all y'all for coming by. Animal and A44. I was about to call you Animal 44. And Vanity. I check out her live. Well, you had to be Facebook friends, but I check. There we go. Alright, guys. Adios. Ta always. Combine mind with your heart and your gut. Let all them circles. Connect all them circles. Let whatever come out, come out. And I will catch y'all on the Ta side. Check out. Stay tuned for Taimations. The CBD products that I have coming out. I'm putting all the product work into it. Like the labeling and everything. And with the computer and the AI thing. Just put your wishes out there. Because I'm a... take those courses. I already got them queued up and stuff like that to see what's going on in the AI and what the professors that's in the field are saying about it in this dimension, and tag along so I could put our psychedelic spin into this universe, into the AI universe, on some Thai stuff. It already is psychedelic, but put some Thai-ness into it. So let's stay tuned. Let's keep smarten. Let's smarten up by learning some skills that can allow us to participate in our reality in a way where we're expressive and creative at the same time, and it seemed like we tapped in doing something extravagant for ourselves that just so-called benefit everybody else or not. Whatever you take. Ta always. I'm out.